club, and I fear the Great Katana more. I do. But right after the Great Katana isn't daggers or swords or axes or two-hand axes or anything like that. They're far too slow, they're far too cumbersome, or they're sharp and they're doing cutting wounds that don't really kill you. Clubs are the working man's killing weapon. And understand it. You might think, oh, I got to find a sword. I don't want a club. But no, honestly, clubs actually do haul damage. They really do. Their maces are not a joke. They are definitely usually the most efficient damage in either one-hand or two-hand form. And I think of two-hand maces as being a whole world of things. Like even quarterstaffs can be considered two-hand maces, basically. Two-hand maces are like a whole world of things. You know, they're like really. So, yeah, let's go back to the Joe Rogan thing. I don't know why I went off on one-hand maces, but it's just coming up in my Final Fantasy XI hardcore career is how really powerful Blessed Hammers actually are. One divine hammer, one divine hammer. I love that song. I'm just looking for one divine hammer, one divine hammer, one divine hammer. Right? What's the lyrics? It's like one divine hammer lyrics, right? I'm just looking for a way around. It disappears this near. You're the rod on the water. I'm just looking for one divine hammer. One divine hammer. And that's what this thing is. It's a fucking blessed hammer that's got holy. It doesn't have holy power, but it's got the fucking weight of a Christian Catholic fucking cannon weapon. You know, it's got the weight of a mace in medieval times. So it's like this thing that's the size of a baseball bat. It's insane. It's like this crazy hammer, but it's got this thin fucking, you know, hammers are nuts. They have these thin fucking grips, but the head is really weighted with heavy material and shit. So you can swing it easy because it doesn't really weigh that much. You know, it does. It's heavy. It's a hammer, but I mean, it doesn't like any hammer. You can swing it, and so like, you know, and definitely hammers scare the shit out of me. Basically, anything worse, anything south of a great katana. Honestly, one-hand maces scare me more. Bludgeon weapons scare me more than guns do. Kind of. You don't want to get hit by the bludgeon the way that you don't want to get hit by a high velocity round. You kind of don't, because it's going to be a career-ending injury, if not and or death. It's you know, and so that's my mace rant. That's my mace rant. I'll talk about anything on this fucking stream. I don't give a flying fuck. I've never been afraid to say what's on my mind at any given time or day. But that's my mace rant about talking about one-hand maces. I never liked one-hand maces for like 28 years, but I do now. You know, I really like maces. One of the things that Rogue gets with maces is fucking mace stun. Mace specialization, right? You can choose. You can go mace stun for PvP, which isn't so good. I mean, it's not that good. You don't stun things that often. But in PvP, if you get stunned, like for instance, like something that's going to happen is if I'm on a rogue and I'm attacking you with maces and I have mace stun from mace specialization, right? That gives me a 5% chance to stun you, right? Every 20 blows, I'm going to stun you, which isn't shit. It takes me about 20 blows to kill somebody. You know, it's a lot. It takes a lot of blows to kill somebody with a rogue, or probably more, like 45 or something. So you're only going to get that one stun. But why mace specialization is so good in classic PvP is if you get that stun on the priest when they're doing that one great heal that actually matters, then your weapon literally killed the priest. It wasn't even like it was you. The weapon kills the priest. The weapon interrupts their cast. And the weapon itself is not even like you. You're not spending any energy or anything like that. The proc hits sometime in those 45 blows, and it's only like one proc. But if that stun lands during their Holy Mary pass to save themselves, the weapon killed them, not you. You understand? Which is why almost every rogue in Classic went mace specialization, and they talked about it, right? But honestly, I'm not doing PvP. I'm doing crappy Care Bearer PvE that I frankly don't care for. And I'm doing sword specialization. I don't really care for it. It's fucking boring. I run like one button. It is fucking boring compared to New World. It like actually really fucking is. So like now I look at one-hand maces and I'm like, oh my god, the damage on a brass hammer +1 is 16. The only thing that rivals it is Great Katana, but I'm on a white mage, so I get to heal. Paladin doesn't even do this kind of damage. Paladin does not do that kind of damage. Paladin does not do cleric damage. It's actually kind of insane. A cleric with a two-handed mace, like a staff, actually is kind of scary. A monk with a staff is scares me about as much as an automatic weapon does. If you get hit with a quarterstaff that actually has some heft and weight to it by somebody who's maybe spent some time hollowing it out or something and making it fucking huge but really light, and that thing has a lot of crushing power to just break your ribs on the first goddamn blow, lay you out on the fucking ground screaming, and that guy's like 8 feet away from you. And so the other thing that scares me beyond two-handed maces or one-handed maces is the quarterstaff. The quarterstaff is actually really fucking genuinely fucking scary. And all that is, and that's the most plentiful weapon in the goddamn world. Quarterstaffs are the most plentiful weapon in the world. It's a stick. It's just a stick that's been polished. It's just a stick that's been whittled. You know, that's it. The most common weapon in the fucking world is a quarterstaff, and it's like the third most terrifying weapon in history, too. So understand, right in your house, attached to your mop, is the third most terrifying weapon in history. It's a quarterstaff. Now, it's not as good as an AK-47 with, you know, with hollow fucking point fucking, you know, 74 SU rounds or whatever. I mean, whatever the fuck, right? But like quarterstaffs are not to be fucked with. You could take out a shotgun guy with a quarterstaff. If he's entering your house and you're around the corner and he comes in the front fucking door and you fucking jab his fucking face with a goddamn quarterstaff, he won't be able to hit you with the fucking, with whatever assault weapon he's got, you know, his
Your
AK.
skill has increased.
He won't be able to hit you with that. Your staff full blown crushed his fucking, his like, his, your, you know, his whatever this is called, his cheekbones, you know, your fucking, your staff either full-blown outblown killed him from outright crush injury outright, like pretty much immediately, or they're just down on the ground screaming, having no idea what the fuck happened. And I think a quarterstaff in the right situation basically has the same killing power as an MP5. I really do. And so all this time I think of weapons for their killing power, but honestly it's more about what kind of kinetic force can they muster for how easily you can get them. And when you think about it, I think that basically makes the quarterstaff the best weapon in history. Now you can go outside tomorrow with a knife that you got from your fucking kitchen and make a quarterstaff, and that's the lesson that I wish to impart to people when it comes to true survival. When I was on the streets, I kept around a big stick. Because nobody's going to say shit about that, you know? Nobody's going to say shit about a big stick. Nobody cares. Nobody cares if you're walking with a big stick unless you're wielding it or something, you know? And so I didn't I didn't walk with a big stick all the time. But when I settled down somewhere, like in a squat or the burnt out restaurant and stuff, I would keep a fucking big stick or a full blown, like usually a mop handle is what I usually use. Cause people keep brooms and mops in abandoned places and stuff. And I would keep a broom or a mop handle right next to every single fucking door in the entire joint. So if anybody ever comes in trying to rob me or take my life, worse, like take my life or rape me or something like that, you just fucking jab them with a big old fucking mop handle. It'll fucking stop the attack. That's how I fended off my first assault. The second assault I managed to land because he had already made an attempt on my life before, and I managed to land him in jail for 2 years, like because he actually had been aggravated and trying to do it twice. And like the first time, I managed to fend them off by swinging a fucking huge stick in the pitch black while they were shining a fucking flashlight in my eyes as they busted in my squat to essentially beat the shit out of me, you know, and rob me and evict me. And like, and I was just swinging a fucking huge stick in the dark because they surprised me and I didn't have a flashlight, and it wouldn't have mattered. Blinding them wouldn't matter because they had a flashlight too. But I mean, they surprised me in the dark. And so, and they could see me, but I couldn't see them, and I didn't have my cell phone and shit. They surprised me when they came in. Like, I didn't have time to get to a flashlight or anything like that. I didn't hear it coming. It just came. They just came. They like came in. And I just didn't think they would go to the fucking lengths that they did. So I fucking took a big stick that was sitting by the fucking front door, and I swung it so hard in the air it scared the fucking shit out of them. I mean, they had sticks too, but I mean, like big sticks are fucking terrifying. When you hear it cut the air, You're like, oh god, if that thing fucking hits me, I'm gonna have a broken arm or a fractured skull or something. And those crushing, bludgeon blows, do not discount them. You might think, oh, he's just got a stick. No, sticks are really, genuinely, actually, basically the best weapon that there is. Big sticks are like the best weapon that there is. They're the most plentiful. You can get them right outside, pretty much all over the world. I mean, everywhere. And like the crushing blow damage that they will cause somebody will definitely lay them out on the ground about as fast as a bullet wound will. So understand, don't discount it. And RPGs are all about this sort of stuff. So when you look at a weapon, you definitely check the fucking damage, and you're like, oh no,
your skill has increased.
Now I'm in combat. Yes. Got to remember what I'm doing on each hardcore client, because you can really fuck up that way. I sent all 7 golds, so now we're just going to blow it all on enchanting, I guess. And so now, because I want like these cloak minor agi stuff and all this, but I need to... What is the best... What level to disenchant for lesser astral? Best level range... Best level range disenchant lesser... astral essence, right? What is the best level range to disenchant? Now I gotta make sure I go back to the fucking front door again every time I kill a mob, basically, or I will just end up dead like I did on the worms before. I just gotta go back to the fucking door every time because I just wander away. This essence may be obtained by disenchanting level 21 to 25 uncommon weapons and armor. So we're going to go try and look for uncommons, 21 to 25 weapons and armor, and try to disenchant for lesser astrals for cheaper than it would cost to buy the lesser astrals. We're also going to check the price of lesser astrals, because I have no idea. Lesser astrals are 45 silver. So yeah, as you can see, if I can get away with disenchanting level range 21 to 25 stuff, I can reach my goal a lot cheaper. Oh, maybe not. Actually, never mind. At least not in weapons. We'll see if there's any cheaper armor, maybe. Yeah, maybe they're mass-producing armor, like Hillman's Shoulders, definitely. So those are 21, but the higher you go, the more likely you are to get like a greater astral essence, and that's what I'm looking for, because that will make me like a gold 50 off of 27 silver. So now we also sort of sort by level, and we look for the cheapest stuff at the top. And we see that we're looking for prices a little bit better than this. Like, yeah, like 21 silver is more in my range to do this, So, yeah, we could disenchant all of these Hillman's Shoulders. We could also get a 2 silver discount by bidding, because some of these are about to end in the next, like, 30 minutes. So I could make, like, a 10 silver save by bidding on these Hillman's Shoulders. But honestly... Like, that's a good buy. I have a better chance with that. I have good chances with these, but they're expensive. But they're still cheaper than the Lesser Astral Essence. So, let's just see what kind of money we can make processing these Hillman Shoulders. I'm going to buy these in shopping. It's Hillman. Oops, I misspelled. Hillman. Yep, Hillman. Yeah. Oh my God, please. Can't you get typing better? Human Shoulders, right? So 21 silver. Yeah, we're mass buying this. Buy. Gotta really think about this, because you can screw yourself like this pretty fucking badly. So you got to really think about it. I think that's about as far as I'm willing to go. I made it... How many? Well, I don't know. Let's go see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 7 pieces for 2 gold, which would have cost me... I don't know. Like, I think it's actually going to be profit. I'm fairly sure. So let's go sell the Lesser Astrals. Or I'm sorry, let's use them. I will use them for skill up is probably what I'll actually do. Honestly, I will be honest about it. I will use these. But if I pull good stuff like lesser or sorry greater astral, I will sell that because that's what we wanted. Oh yeah, hit the fucking mother load. Oh yeah, that's what we wanted, baby. I did not expect it either. I didn't expect it. I really did not expect it. I would have wagered my life maybe that this wasn't gonna happen, but I did. I hit the motherfucking mother load off a 27 silver fucking purchase. I hit the mother load basically. Look at this. I hit the gold mother load. This is why the astral is literally gold. Look, right? Yeah, look at this. I hit the motherfucking mother load off the bat. We're gonna separate and we're gonna keep 3 and we're gonna sell this greater for cheaper, right? Because I got this for 24 silver, I believe it was. Yeah, what were they? They were 22 silver. So yeah, I tripled my money here. Not only did I triple, I 6 times my money off one purchase, basically. Because here is basically half the money right here off just this. So great. Great. So we sell, this was, I'm ecstatic. This was an experiment that did not fail. Look, so we go, oh, I got to go back to selling actually. Wait, no, you got to take that off and put it here. I'm very happy I hit that. I'm very happy. Look, and I can ruin their day and make it cheaper, right? Take my 64 silver, which is 1/3 of the money I spent off one item. 1/3 of the money I spent off one item. If I hit again, it's even better. Watch. Nope, didn't hit. I love gambling with disenchanting. It's always been one of my favorite things in video gaming. Come on, big money, big money, big money. Big money. Oh, come on. Big money, big money, big money. Lesser astrals. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Give me something. Give me something off this level 25. Level 25. Come on, big money, big money. Oh, I didn't get it. But I did get 8 soul dust. Let's go see what soul dust gets us. But before I can do that, well, no, I do want to check the price of soul dust just so I can see. I have a good idea of what the prices are now. Soul dust is running 13 silver. Oh, no, it is running 7 silver. 7 silver, which isn't too good. So this was an okay experiment. I pulled an immediate sale of 66 silver and then I pulled another gold 50. So I did recover the 210 that I spent and the other 8 I can spend on skill up. So it was okay. And on top of it, I can get enchants that I want, like this minor agility to cloak. Selling minor agilities to cloak for 5 silver would be a valid thing. No, because nobody's going to do that. Nobody cares. I want to enchant. Oh, I need a rune silver rod. So that's the next thing that we buy, which is annoying. I'm going to have to make a rune silver rod, and I don't know how to make one. So I'll have to go learn, and then I'll probably have to come back here, which is fucking so annoying. But my hearth is here, so I can hearth from the enchant trainer, I guess. I don't really see why not. It'll save me time. I'm that much of a scumbag. I will hearth to just get down the drag if it saves me not having to do this walk. I mean, I don't really mind walking. I just know how much time it takes. You know? So I need to check my title because I'm paranoid that I haven't done it right. No, it's good. It's good. It's gold. It's gold. So, or no, I don't know. It looks wrong to me. Unable to load classifications. Why? Why? No, you look right to me. You look right to me. You're just screwed up right now because you need to reload or something. Yeah, all of it looks right to me. We seem good. Okay, reload. Go change it. There we go. I have a good idea of what the prices are now. Soul dust is running 13 silver. Oh no. Yeah, great, sure. And then I love myself so much. I just want to jack off to myself. I did that this year. I jacked off to myself this year. Did I tell you guys? I jacked off to myself. You haven't lived ego trips until you jacked off to your own fucking YouTube video of yourself. You know what I'm saying? No, I didn't jack off to the sexual attraction of myself like some narcissist. I just jacked off to how much I love myself. It like literally was almost a sexual attraction. I love myself. I hate myself, but I also really love myself. You know, they balance perfectly. I really love myself, and I think I'm the best shit on the goddamn internet, and I don't care. I frankly do not care. I don't care if anybody ever receives me or anything. I don't care if anybody ever pays me. I can still fucking really say that I believe that I'm the best motherfucker on the on the fucking platform. I don't care. I don't think Joe Rogan is a good conversationalist. I think I'm a good conversationalist, motherfucker. You understand? You understand the master plan? So
conversation. For them, it is any port.
Let's go learn about how Joe Rogan is an idiot.
And the Taylor Swift, him going after her that way, I think is the same thing. It's can we get people talking about this?
Oh my God, you don't look that good in that Casey shirt. I'm sorry.
That is a really fascinating point. I
didn't think about that.
Consider. Which is, while we can't pretend like Trump thinks in the same way we do about these things in terms of strategy, otherwise he wouldn't do the crazy things he's done that have been politically damaging to him. He would have prepared differently for the debate. Okay.
See, I find this more refreshing than Joe Rogan's banter. It literally is like a breath of fresh air in comparison. I think it is far more skilled and from a smarter person with better personality, sunnier, happier person.
It's not the same strategy, the same critical thinking.
You see how this guy, he seems like actually genuinely happy. He seems like a better conversationalist to me, and I'm just going to make the comparison on the video that I'm watching even. I think Joe Rogan is overrated.
You
come to the wrong place. Talk to the expert.
I need to lash out.
You learn more
and
from
maybe
him.
A lot of this is subconscious.
Like, I am wrapped listening to this dude right now. Joe Rogan has never managed that with me. Not once. I've never been wrapped with a Joe Rogan interview. Not truly. No. Ooh, that was expensive. And I need this thing too. And that thing too. Yeah. And I need this thing too, and I need a runed silver rod, which is going to take training. I need to use these recipes.
At least onto something different. And him saying, I hate Taylor Swift, him lying over and over about Springfield, it is doing that. I think a lot would argue not in a way that's politically advantageous, but at least in a way that doesn't hit Trump as close to home and he doesn't feel as hurt by, right? He's emotionally hurt by people saying,
mana,
wow,
weapon,
after you calling her completely
minor
unfunctionable and not smart and a loser,
rune silver
Harris
rod.
just smoked you.
You have that spark in your eye. I know it well. It's the same spark I had when I was but a pup.
Oh, here we go.
Now
Rune silver rod. Oh no, you can train me all the stuff I need. Looks like he's jacking off. He's like, oh. So, Rune Silver Rod is a level, I don't know what enchant, but yeah, I'm going to need a Silver Rod, a lot of strange dust, 3 great magic essence, and a shadow gem, and I didn't know that, so I sold all my stuff for that, but I can go buy all that. Now I'm going to do that heart that I talked about to save time. This annoys me because I didn't save any of it, and I could have. That's alright.
That hurts Trump emotionally more than a discussion about why did Trump send out the I hate Taylor Swift thing? Will this cause problems with Swifties? Will Taylor Swift have backlash from MAGA that will hurt her career? No, but some people are speculating about that. And that's a conversation that hurts him emotionally less than the debate one. So let's keep returning to it, because the debate wasn't just a debate. It was
He's working too hard. You can hear that his vocal cords have been damaged like mine. This job, it's destructive. It has such a high carbon footprint, and it hurts your body in every single way.
And learn a lot about the two candidates, how they interact with one another, how Trump deals with someone oppositionally, because you got to do that on the world stage, and he crumbled. When he actually had a competitor that could effectively deliver a debate performance, obviously Biden wasn't able to do that in this 2024 debate, he completely spun out of control. Here's a Lincoln Project ad on this.
You lost, Donald. Bigly.
Frankly, he lost the
Bigly.
The worst debate performance
Bigly.
in history. Even Fox
Bigly.
can't defend you.
Oh my God.
Lindsey
Bigly.
Graham called it a disaster. Your team? Depressed. Freaked out. Kamala owned you.
Donald Trump was
Fired.
fired.
Told the truth about your little crowds. Called out your
Your little
stupid
issue.
lies.
Eating the pets.
You kept taking the bait, and she kept
Eating
winning.
the pets.
People are saying you should get out, give up. She's better than you. You keep
Okay, so now I need lots of strange dust and lots of greater magic, and I can't really produce it on my own. Oops, I gotta tell. Link shell, do you need it? Thank you, but I am a public figure and do not wish to publish the chat. But thank you for the offer. Right, kind of ya. Twisted Saber, Battle Knife of Stamina, Battle Knife of the Tiger, Wyvern Tail Spike, Black Fang, and Diamond Hammer. Assassin's Blade. Oh, I love the Assassin's Blade. It looks so dope. Yeah. Ooh, the Assassin's Blade, but it's 355 gold. Ain't nobody got no time for that. And my Decapitating Sword, which is the same sword that I already have. I have a good Deadly Blunderbuss.
bragging about how smart you are.
Concepts of a plan.
But that debate was a test, a cognitive test, and you failed.
It should scare people. I said this before. It should really scare people that Trump was able to be manipulated that effectively. The plan was out there. Everyone knew she was going to try to get under his skin.
Yeah, I mean, what?
And he
the
let her.
DNC, you guys act like the DNC are dumb or something. The DNC are not fucking dumb. Now, how does this dagger have more? This weapon is better than the sword that I'm using right now. And I'm going to buy it just to keep my dagger skill up, which is annoying. That also means that I need to pretty much buy all the uncommons I can afford, pretty much, which is really not a cheap. That is not a cheap endeavor. I want to go shopping. I want to see. I want to search for a term like. Oh God, I gotta search for a term. Okay, uncommons. Can I search for shopping for uncommon weapon? No. What about just uncommon? Can you show me uncommon stuff and then sort by level? Nope, that wasn't it. Try that. Can you do that? No. So then, oh, search options, huh? Oh, here we go, here we go. So, weapons. Yeah, well, yeah, we're looking for weapons of the quality of uncommon. That's it. Yeah, there we go. Sweet. Great. Yep, seems good. Sort by price. Yep, we start to see. Oh no, go back to the shopping. You screwed up. 10 of these swords. We can start. Yeah, we can pretty much start buying those. Yeah, we'll buy that one. Yeah, but your greens aren't that good. All those fire wands, but they're not that good. Those training swords of the eagle aren't that bad, though. Yeah, oh, only one, huh? Alright. Alright, take the not short swords, I guess. I mean, that one anyways. Or I don't know, that's not even that cheap, man. These are not that cheap. These weapons are not really too good. So change to armor. We'll take those pants. That's a good deal. Okay, and then we probably want to bulk buy one of these. Oh, God. Why are the greens so expensive? What the fuck, man? Oops, go back. Oops, search. Oh god, the armor is worse. I want to go back to weapons. Get more disenchants that way. Weapons, search. I guess I'll play his video. Yeah.
You want someone that impulsive? With the nuclear golds? No. No. Now, we are seeing in the polls a Harris bump post-debate. We talked about how, as you can see here, the Real Clear Politics polling average, this is national to get the point illustrated. Later on, we'll talk about the battleground stage. But you saw Harris growing her lead once she got in. And then it did start to tighten before the debate. Got all the way down to a 1 percentage point lead for Harris. And then since the debate, that's widened back to a 2 percentage point lead in the national average of polls according to Real Clear Politics, which that's what you're hoping a debate will do, of course. And you even had, this was crazy, Midas Touch reporting, Kamala Harris surges in key Iowa poll. This is pretty bonkers.
I wish you would show the level.
According to a new poll released by the Des Moines Register, Kamala Harris has closed the gap against Donald Trump in Iowa, narrowing Trump's lead to just 4 points. The same poll, which had alarm bells going off within the Democratic Party just a couple months ago, had President Biden down nearly 18 points against Trump. So the same pollster, same poll being run, and when Biden was in the race, that gap had gotten all the way to 18 percentage points, which Harris is probably not going to win Iowa. Okay, that's not the goal. The point is, even in a state that Trump's going to win, the lead has narrowed quite a significant amount. Like I said, we'll talk either on the bonus show or in a future segment soon, the key battleground states and how polling is looking there. Let me know what you thought in the comments.
I'm joined today by Mark Cuban. Thank you so much for joining.
Thanks for having me.
So I want to start off with the debate, because obviously that's the biggest piece of news that we're focused on right now. Do you think that
I don't want to do this now. Sorry. Mr. Beast is getting sued. I guess I'll do that. Ooh, Bethesda admits defeat. Elder Scrolls 6. Oh, no. Oh, no. No more gaming videos. Oh, no, Shirley Curley. No more gaming videos, huh? Well, it was cool. I really like this lady, actually. She's a female old lady gamer, and she's awesome, actually. YouTube's war on ad block got worse. Oh, no.
More than
I'm not having a problem with it.
Diddy loves baby oil. They have made so many decisions.
Thank you, Penguin Zero. I've liked and sub to your channel. Moist Critical.
That all revolve around feeding people as many ads as possible and in many ways as possible. I'm sure all of you saw a few days ago they announced that they're officially fully rolling out the ads experience while
has increased.
Paused. So now when you pardon my phlegm, I had to go take care of business there. So now when you pause a video, you can be served an ad. They call it the pause experience.
Your skill has increased.
I love that nomenclature. That is so fucking silly. This is the pause experience, which is why we're serving you a Dunkin' Donuts ad. But I'm not here just to focus on YouTube's abundance of ads. I'm here to talk about its war on ad blockers. This is something that's been going on for a while now. There's been tons of mangled corpses left out in the street from this battle. Now there's been a new casualty. Me. So, I've noticed over the last few days, and I know I'm not alone, that YouTube has done a lot more to beef up its protocol against ad blockers. So, when I've been trying to watch videos on my account that is not a premium subscriber, I've been getting this notice. Video player will be blocked after one video. It looks like you may be using an ad blocker. Video playback will be blocked unless YouTube is allow listed or ad blocker is disabled. Ads allow YouTube to be used by billions worldwide. You can go ad-free with premium, and creators can still get paid from your subscription. YouTube lets you get 3 free samples in there with your ad block still enabled, but they hate ad block. They hate that more than P. Diddy hates security cameras. So, they give you these 3. Once you finish your rations, they shut you down. They put the kibosh on that. They give you this. Ad blockers violate YouTube's terms of service, and then it's the same bullet point list there, and then you can't watch any videos going forward unless you disable it or pay for YouTube Premium. Now, this isn't new. I remember this rolled out like a year ago as kind of a soft launch where some users experienced this, but not all users. And uBlock Origin was able to get around this no problem. Now, I wasn't using uBlock Origin. I had this happen briefly a year ago, or maybe it wasn't a year ago. Time moves so differently when you hit 30, it's like entering into a fucking black hole. Everything's all cattywampus when it comes to the perception of time. But whenever it was, months ago, I had this happen occasionally for like a day or so, just using normal ad block, and then it went away. I'm guessing that it was just an experiment and they decided just to put it back in the fucking shoebox or whatever. But now we're back at the rodeo, and this has been going on for 4 days for me. So I decided, let's see if uBlock Origin works. So I grabbed uBlock Origin, and sure enough, it gets around this no problem. But I can't help but wonder, how long will it last? Because YouTube is...
I went through this back in... Do you remember? We did this on stream. I showed everybody uBlock Origin way back in... Fucking, I'm so far ahead of even these dudes who are getting paid like, you know, like 10 million and shit. I was so far ahead of this. I have not had an ad. You can see it, right? I've not had an ad for, I don't know, 5 months or something. Way back in June, I just downloaded uBlock Origin and I showed everybody on the stream how to do it. And I found it before some ordinary gamers did. And ooh, look, I made a lot of money here, actually. Or, well, actually, I made a lot of liquid, really. Yeah, I made a lot of money here, actually. So now we're going to buy wood, I guess. We'll have to buy trade goods, which is kind of annoying. Where's general at? It's like up there. Yeah. I got to make 17 wands and then vendor them. Or, well, I don't know. Maybe actually I need this for skill up, I guess. First, we're going to do the... Minor Beast Slayer to my dagger. That's a good skill up. And then we'll do... Oh, but no, I need the... Oh, yeah, and I need a Rune Silver Copper... Or what? No, I need a Shadow Gem, I think it was. For Rune Silver Rod, I need a Silver Rod and a Shadow Gem. So we'll have to buy that, which is annoying.
Ways of feeding you ads.
Now, YouTube still... interrupts my oh yes, this is wave. Yep. Hello. Notice how you can't hear him when I hit the play button. That is the ad blocks doing their job, preventing ads from popping. And you'll begin to understand how really bad YouTube's fucking got. If you click this video,
like they clearly,
you do not have any more ad, like you do not
villainize it. It's
I farted. Okay, so what do? I buy a silver rod and a shadow gem. Something I ate upset my stomach. It's annoying. Sappers, all oils and chance. All boost you. Murdor. This thing I get to sell. Nice, 267. That's not too much. This I will use when I do my bracer, and I'm going to save some lesser astrals for getting better bracers. Actually, I guess bracers is the first thing I should look at, really. Bracers are something I'm going to improve here. So, but we need usable bracers. Yeah. Sort by level, and we'll look for cheap. That's not as good in terms of... No, it's no good. The bear bracers are okay, but yeah, I think I have the only bracers with like actual fucking agi that aren't like 2 gold. It's insane. So I have a good pair of bracers. It's good. I got a good pair of bracers, so I will soup them up with agi. But I will need a silver rod. Silver rod. and a what is it called? A shadow gem. There we are, 2 silver, and okay, and then we will begin to make a rune silver rod, and then I will give myself a enchant cloak minor agi, as well as an enchant bracer minor agi. Yep. Enchant cloak minor agi. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, no, I need the rune silver rod first. There we go. Expensive but worth it. And then I think I can make greater magic wands. Yes, I do believe that is the best thing to do. There's a rune silver rod and a rune copper rod, and we're going to sort now. And then we're going to give ourselves a enchant cloak minor agi, which is good. Oh, maybe I should look at cloaks, but I don't think there is a better cloak than this, but we'll see. We don't know that. How is this going? Oh, good. I am in Daira. Very good. I am doing better here. So I don't know. I have compressed ore in this hangar, which doesn't make sense. Oh, I'm in the wrong Daira. Is that what this is? Oh, it is. Yeah, I did. I don't know how I got ice here, but okay. I'm in the wrong Daira. We're going to set destination and go to the right Daira. We will sell this compressed icicle. Oh, I don't? Okay. That's sort of sad. Oh, well. I can come here with the with that retriever and just pick up this ore. There's not really too much problem with that. So this is, I don't know, yeah, like 5 million in ice. So that's cool. That's some money. I guess we'll go grab this ice and sell it. Oh, no, I can't sell this here, but I can sell it at the other one. Okay, so what do? We go... agi to cloak. There's not going to be a better cloak. Well, maybe there is, though. Maybe there's a better cloak than this. I don't think there is, though. This is stupid, but... I am making greater magic wands, I guess, but we were going to do my cloaks, so we're looking for back pieces. Of both cloth and leather. 3 stamina, 4 strength, 3 spirit, 3 stamina. 90 silver for 5 agi is actually fucking good. Oh, and that's even cheaper. Look, webbing. Monkey is 3 agi, 2 stamina, but it's 69 silver. It's a better cloak, but it's not as good as that. We're going to have to take that. And I fucked up. And, no, I didn't fuck up. No, I'm okay. So webwing cloak, that's good because it was cheap. I spent 7 gold like it was nothing. And now I have to stop if I want to train at 22. So anything else I do, I can't buy. So, but that's okay. We got really fucking far, I would say, actually, off 5 gold. There's a webwing cloak. We're doing anything to improve my damage at all because it improves my survivability. Become minor agi to cloak, which is nice. Yep. And then minor agi to bracer. I should have done that first. That's okay. And then we make greater magic wands, as many as we can make, and we vendor, because I think it's the most recoverable. Or I don't know, what are greater magic essences going for? Because the 7 of them might actually be sort of a decent profit, and I'll have to weigh the costs. That was just 3 strange dust, not bad. So now, I don't know. I guess we use anything else on skill up, really. So what is it? It's like there. Enchant weapon, minor striking, I guess. Which is not so good. And I don't really want to lose my Beast Slayer enchants. So we can just look at anything else that's cheap and plentiful. That's cheap and plentiful. Enchant Bracer, minor agi. So I guess we could sell these mats and keep rolling forward. That's one way to look at this. If I sell it, yeah, that'll be 35 silver from that. 10 silver from that will be 45 silver. This will be 11. Oh no, they're going for 15 silver a piece. It's at 1 stack of 7. No, 7 stacks of 1. No, 7 stacks of 1 will be, the stack price will be 15 silver a piece. So 7 times 15 is 30, 45, 60, 75, 90, 105. 105 is a gold and 5 silver for just the greater magic essences. And then there's all this other stuff too, like the soul dust is more money. So I think I would rather try to keep buying greens and roll forward with these profits. I don't know if it's a bad idea to sell small glimmering shards though. I think I better save those, but I think if I make the wands, what can I sell the wand for? It sells for, I better make one just to see what I can vendor it for. Because I don't remember. 18 silver to craft. And the wand, where did it go? The wand itself, where did it go? This greater magic wand, where did it go? Oh my god, there it is. Now I will do greater magic wand. $17.95 for the wand and 13 to make it. So I guess that's sort of a way to get skill up for essentially free, and that's what I'll do. So that okay, so then we're gonna go do that. I've got to go buy simple wood, and we'll go back to that. Oh, as soon as I sprint, I stop. Its vendor is 15 silver, so yeah, I don't have to auction these. It's not much more money. Thank you. And I need simple wood. Yeah, I need like 20 simple wood. And we will make lots of greater magic wands. I suppose 6 of these at 20 silver would be 120, which will be a gold 20. And a gold 20 is a little bit better than 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90, 105. Gold 20 is a little bit better than a gold 5. But I mean, I'll have this money right now, which I would prefer because I can then send it, or I can spend it on training. So I'm not going to ding today, but yeah. I should sell these wands, but I don't want to. I don't want to sell these wands. I think it's dicking people over, and on top of it, I don't know. And I mean, it is more money, but I don't know. I'd rather just vendor, I think. I wish I could disenchant them, honestly. But oh well. That's alright. Oops. Oh, to go vendor. Green crack, baby. Yeah. I know I do. Okay, we vended our wands. I'll sell one because it is like a 5 silver profit, and I'm not desperate. I got 2 gold I need to train, so we'll sell this one at full price because I'm not in a rush to sell it anymore. And I need to check the bank alt again. Look at how much stupid ass work this is to even get out of the fucking city. It's just ridiculous. Now I don't have an autopilot on or what? No, I'm docking. Oops.
Warp drive active.
I'm way out of here. Way out here. None of my old corp makes are here though. It's sort of weird. I always thought they were super active in Dyra, but maybe not. Oh yeah, let's like keep watching videos and stuff. I just kind of got distracted doing math and thinking about things. Sorry. So there we go.
They're not pulling any punches. They're not trying to hide or anything. They are saying if you use an ad blocker, it's against our terms of service. It violates it.
Wow.
So the fact that
what does that mean?
uBlock works is probably something they're not overly thrilled about.
Right.
And I remember a few months ago, Millar made a video
using
about
uBlock.
how YouTube is
yeah. I watched that video. It was a few months ago. It was like June, and it inspired me to go looking for uBlock, which is how I found out about it.
With server-side ad injections. So like they are constantly
Yeah,
trying
they're like
to innovate.
they're like server-side adding injections now, which is insane. Which means that if you click a video, it just runs an ad. It doesn't matter. It's on server side. It's insane. It doesn't even matter whether you have a block or not. It's insane.
With ads.
But I mean, like, the ads don't sell anything. How much do they actually make off those ads? I think these idiot fucking rich people have convinced themselves that the PR firms are actually doing something for them. Who actually buys something that they see in a fucking ad? I think they go shopping and they hear through word of mouth, or they know a product is coming out because they're looking for it on the internet. I don't think most people see an ad or like, I'm going to go to the store right now, buy that shit right now. I don't think that ever happens. I think it happens like 1 out of 10 times or something, which basically means that most PR is like 9/10 fucking worthless, and so they fucking pummel us with these ads all the fucking time. And sure, I think for a certain level of the public, for people who just work 9 to 5s and have nice income between 50 grand and 100 grand a year, who live in like middle class lifestyles and stuff, they're only looking to essentially basically buy stuff. They're like looking to buy stuff and breed. That's like the two things they're going to do with their fucking life. So yeah, the ads are trying to appeal to those people who are buy. I got to figure out what laundry soap I'm going to buy. I got to figure out what cardigan sweater to buy. I got to figure out where to get my makeup or my fucking hairspray or whatever the fuck. I got to figure out how to buy cheap tomatoes or whatever. It's just stupid. And like, and so they see this and they're like, okay, we got to get ads out to these people so they know that our products exist, so they keep spending more money on our stuff. And exposure is something that does make a company money. But I think there's this fundamental break between where the ad companies are convincing these fucking corporate entities that their ads are actually producing them a lot of money. And I think to a degree, good public relations is a good thing for a product. I think it is. But inundating us with fucking ads that we don't pay attention to for some product that we don't fucking buy most of the time, that isn't in our fucking demographic, that isn't something that we normally buy. And even if they tailor the ads with cookies and stuff towards your interests, it's nice to see fucking video game commercials. But I don't pay attention to video game commercials. I don't believe I've ever bought the last time that I bought a video game from a video game commercial was the last time that I was a capitalist stooge, which was when I was like 13 years old, before I met my punker friends. And I just thought that just like I was just gonna buy games and buy clothes and buy cars and buy houses and just live a nice sheltered life and work good jobs and just buy stuff all the time. And then by the time I was like 14, I was in a punk band and screaming out against that fucking vacuous piece of shit capitalist fucking worthless way of yuppie life. It's just not really a good way to live, like buying stuff all the fucking time. You should be figuring out how to conserve your money so you don't have problems. This thing about, oh, I gotta buy the right bubble gum or the right shoe spray or the right fucking hemorrhoid cream or the right fucking shit, then you get inundated with ads all the fucking time. And I swear to God, I don't think anybody's ever actually bought hemorrhoids because they ever watched a hemorrhoid commercial. I think they go to the Walgreens when they develop hemorrhoids and they buy a bottle of fucking Preparation H. I don't think that, now they might know that Preparation H exists because they inundated us with ads. So who in the fucking, hemorrhoid cure market is going to do like really well? It's going to be Preparation H because that's the one that inundated the ads. They know this, but the problem is, I swear to God, when I go to the Walgreens or whatever, and Preparation H is a bad example because I've never bought Preparation H before. I don't even know how much it costs or anything like that. But but I'm trying to think of a better example that I know the price of. I mean, I wish if I knew Preparation H, I would use the example. I don't care that it's for butt hemorrhoids or whatever. I don't care, but I've never used it. I don't know how expensive it is. So like, what about aspirin is now like $20 a bottle. What do you buy when you buy headache medicine? You buy like the same 3 commercials that you always see. It's like Advil and Tylenol and aspirin and all this stuff. But I swear to God, it doesn't matter whether you've seen the commercials or not. When you go to the fucking Walgreens, now this walking sapling seems to be beating my fucking ass for some reason. Where am I? I wandered too far, and now I must conserve my health, my HP, to make an attempt to run a zone. This mob is too beefy for me, unfortunately. I mean, I'll probably get some good skill up off him, and I'll use him, and I'll fight him, but I'm not going to do it anywhere but the door, where I can, like, you know, and I'll use him for skill up and stuff, and I'll do it wisely where I can't die. But I mean, like, I am not doing this anywhere but the fucking door. Yeah, the door, right? I don't think he'll leash. I don't even think he will leash. He's too high. Let's see what he checks. He's I could lose the character over this, but yeah, he's level 6 to my level 8 or 9 or whatever. Yeah, I'm level 9. So I really didn't think he was going to be that fucking bad, because walking saplings are fucking weak. And he's only EP to me, but I seem to be losing to him rather badly, and I'm just like nervous. So I'm going to, like, my melee hits are not hitting him. So I'm going to definitely play conservative here and zone him to the door where I can get skill up off him safely without dying, you know? Yeah. And we'll do interesting things like here. We'll just keep curing. Try and buy skill up off him. Yeah. And we'll try to get, like, better melee skill off him. Yeah, nice. See, I could do enough damage to kill him.
Your skill has increased.
But I just don't want to lose the character. So I remove the ability to lose the character by putting my butt to the zone. And all I have to do is untarget and walk right like 3 steps and zone out the second that, you know,
your skill has increased.
Like, even like a 50% health or anything like that. We'll put a D on him. Actually, a paralyze on him will probably go a really long way, actually. I pulled a risky mob because I started
Your skill
wandering,
has increased.
and I forgot that I was on a hardcore character because I'm not used to playing hardcore for Final Fantasy. Hey, look, I put the character at risk. I definitely did. Definitely did. I have a lot of mana now compared to how
Your skill has increased.
Used to be. And I'm getting good skill up off him, and the Shining Strike's going to hurt him. Yeah. Might win this. So, yeah, get a Dia on him.
Your skill has increased.
Let's see how bad the Banish actually hurts him. Yeah, I don't have any divine skill. It's actually probably not the wisest use of my mana. Now that could have killed me right there. That could have killed me. That sprout spin, that could have killed me. Outright fucking killed me. It really could have. If I had had the bad RNG, I could have lost the character there. I really could have.
Your skill has increased.
Yep. I like combat like this where it's like slow and it's actually methodical and super good. Yeah, there we go. Bag of grain seeds. Man, so Baegon knew that lady that we played with for like 6 hours today. He like knew her for 10 years. And he was like particularly mean. He was like particularly mean to her. And it makes me wonder like what he says about behind my back, you know? One of the things that I don't really like about sort of straight macho dudes, or what, he's not really a macho dude, but he's trying to be. He's like a, you know, masculine dude, is they talk shit way too much. But I come from a circle and a way of life and a background where if you talk shit, you get hit, you know? And so I don't like watching a friend just turn around and full-blown verbally lambast somebody's appearance or something like that. Try to sort of diss them or whatever like that. It left a bad taste in my mouth. But I mean, this is what happens when you hang out with humans. This is how they treat each other. He thought that mistress meant hooker. And no, I don't think it ever actually does mean that. I don't think, at no point, it's usually a matron word having to do with, like, I think the worst connotation of it is, like, maybe concubine, but you would need to say concubine. I mean, really, and you could call a concubine a mistress, but I mean, it's not common. I don't think you would call them mistresses. Most times when you say mistress in the English language, you're talking about the married dude's woman that he's cheating with. That one left it to a bad taste in my mouth too. I don't care that he thinks these things or that he has these, like, you know, views, or that he says what he says. I'm not a censor. It just leaves a bad taste in my mouth in the respect that the last people that I ever talk shit about are my fucking friends. And it sucks because I will remember all the rest of my life how he treated this lady today. You know, I will remember all of my life, and it sucks. People are like this with me. They say something or do something that I'm not going to judge them for because I'm not fucking God. But the disloyalty of it, or the distaste of it, or how really foul it feels to me, like the he said, she said shit in high school, it feels like that sort of stuff. He said, she said stuff is sort of how he treated her today. And I was like, you don't need to tell me okay, if you're describing her, you don't need to use negativity, you know? There's a better way to do it. You're not tough, you're rough. A better way to do it is to leave it to the person's imagination by saying, like, I'm not going to make a assessment of this person's beauty or aesthetics, and I'll let you make your assumption off of that, right? That is subtlety that you would expect from a genius. Is something that I would say even somebody who isn't a genius, like Jimmy, or I'm sorry, what's his name? You know, the most famous streamer. I can't think of his fucking name right now. Jimmy Donaldson is, you know, Mr. Beast, right? Even Mr. Beast is emotionally intelligent not to rag on somebody who they've known for 10 years or 15 years or whatever, who's a friend who spends a lot of time with them. And that sort of lack of emotional intelligence in my friends is the sort of thing that I usually cut off. But the problem is, Baegon's never ever turned that on me. And that's my personal philosophy with this. And I wish I could say it to the girl, honestly. My personal philosophy with this is like, as long as you don't cross me, it's not my job to judge you. That's like between you and whatever your personal savior is or whatever. It's not my fucking job to judge you. As long as you don't cross me, I've always been that bad guy in the room who doesn't stop the bully. I'm the bad guy in the room. I'm quite literally the chaotic neutral guy in the fucking room who will not stop the bully from fucking killing you if it doesn't benefit me or it isn't fun. If it's not fun for me to try and stop you from being hurt or something like that, I'm just going to stand there and be like, well, there's a person going off who needs to be controlled by somebody who cares to control them. I don't care to control them. They're not targeting me. And this is the human state of things too. This is the human state of affairs. If you aren't the target of that person, everybody else in the room is just going to sit there while that bully just fires off. That's why Trump is still in power, basically, or whatever you want to call it, still in vogue, is because it doesn't matter how much of a fucking piece of shit bully you are, even in public, even on a stream. You can still be decent to people and you can still stop the bully from doing what they're doing and stuff, but I don't do that. I just let them take their fucking shots as long as they don't cross me. And so the other thing that bothers me about people who just say something sort of disloyal about long-term friends like that kind of irk you or whatever, is that, like, that disloyalty sort of bothers me in the respect that not only do I have to make this judgment call where I don't step in and play White Knight fucking Crusader and fight the person and judge them like God, even though that's not my fucking job. I just go, well, they didn't take a shot at me, so... And honestly, that's the fucking human state of affairs. It's sad. You'll see that more often than not. Everybody around you, they want to stop the bully, but they won't. They just know that they're not the target, so they don't need to be involved. And this is how, like, disasters on highway accidents happen. This is how it plays out with people. If you're not a good social person who has had a lot of friends in their lifetime, you wouldn't really know it. But, yeah, it's not so good when the problem with this is it's not that I care that much. I'm not that nice of a person in the end. I don't care. I've been hurt too badly to be a nice person by humanity and things that I would sue them for or destroy their buildings for. I've been hurt by humanity too much to be nice to them, really. It sucks. I'm not a very nice person. So, but I am a nice person deep down inside, which is a problem. And I hide this from people all the fucking time. I am a nice person deep down inside, but I hide it all the time because when I see somebody like that make a negative comment about a friend who and honestly, from a Dungeons and Dragons person's too, it's sort of weird because Dungeons and Dragons people know about long-term ramifications of the shit that you say. They know better than any other gamer. D&D players know better about the social ramifications of saying the wrong thing. It can have these long-term reach fucking things on everything that you do. And so I disapprove of it because not only do I have to make that chaotic neutral piece of shit, this is the chaos part of my chaotic neutral, right? The chaos part of my nature will not step in to stop the madness of that bully taking a shot of the girl who's not even in the conversation, right? I will not do it. I've never done it. I will back the underdog all the fucking time, and I will tell the world how much I hate them for bullying underdogs and shit like this, right? And I will back people right there if it's fun, if it benefits me, if they took the shot at me, anything like that, or took a shot at one of my friends or anybody that I love. I will sit there and I will fight there for that underdog until I die. I don't care. But the problem is when it doesn't benefit me to do so, when it's not fun for me to do so, when it crosses a friend to do so. For instance, it would have crossed him if I had said anything at all. If I had said anything at all, it would have just crossed him. That would have been the best that the fucking situation would have been. And I worry about this social shit all the time because it's like how I've done my business is usually how I do my business, you know? And so I don't get involved. I don't go play White Knight for that person unless it's fun for me to do so, or it serves me to do so, or it serves somebody that I love to do so, right? And so the bullies, they get away like this. They get away with their crimes all the fucking time based off this pure fucking principle. They know I won't step in because they didn't take the shot at me. I think Baegon knows better than to ever cross me. I think he's not stupid. He knows better not to cross me, and I know better not to cross him either. So I just, so I say nothing. But the difference is I dislike and I elephant memory this about this person, and I don't write them out of my lives if they don't cross me. This is the funny thing about it, and this is how I made it through life without any enemies. I have zero fucking enemies. The enemies that I did have, I utterly destroyed and put in prison. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any enemies or anybody who wants vengeance against me or anything. Or if I did, it would be like the one bad girlfriend that I ever had, or like maybe, I can't even think of anybody else. It's like the one bad girlfriend that I never had and the dude who tried to kill me for no reason who I put in jail. That's it. Those are the two enemies I've ever fucking truly ever really had that I deserve. There's been trolls that thought they fancy themselves in the role, but they never did actually live up to any sort of like meaning of the word or anything, even after SWAT attempts and stuff. I don't have any fucking enemies. So and how I maintain this is I just don't fucking fuck with anybody unless they fuck with me. This is advice that I give to people as a daddy boomer type or whatever. Daddy wisdom time here. Let me sit you down on my knee like some weird fucking dude who's drinking a bottle of 40 or drinking a bottle of Jack on his porch with his grandkids or whatever, right? I'm gonna hit you with the fucking old guy wisdom of emotional intelligence. You don't make the fucking comments in the first fucking place in a place where it can be witnessed. If you need to say the comment, say it to the person's fucking face, and you're going to get further with your life. If you're just telling your friend about like what you think about the person or whatever, and it's negative, it doesn't really serve. And the emotional intelligent person, somebody like Mr. Beast, I must say, isn't gonna fucking say anything at all. They're gonna be like, well, I honor your, the smart person plays like the judicial judge role, and they're like, well, I honor your right to think that. That's probably the best answer. That's what the streamer is gonna say. They're like, well, and that's what I said to him a bunch of times tonight. I was like, well, I honor your fucking right to think this stuff, and he respects me because I say that. That's the difference. I never cross him to probably ever. Well, I probably do cross him all the time to fucking like cause him to talk shit, but I don't do it in a way where I ever irked him or like ever cause them to ever want me to have harm. I just don't ever harm anybody. That's the difference. I don't ever harm anybody by dissing them, by picking a fucking battle against them to defend somebody. This is chaotic neutral. It's actually fucking crazy. It's really hard to reproduce in the fucking wild because most people are fucking dying. I'm talking dying to blow the whistle, take a fucking stance on that hill, fucking die on it for their friend or whatever, or maybe they want to diss their friend because they don't like what their friend's saying or something. Nope, I'm chaotic fucking neutral. I don't give a flying fuck what that motherfucker is saying. I think the D&D players would fucking appreciate it. You understand? I'm not Captain Save-A-Ho. I'm not there to prevent that dude from talking shit about that lady that I respect. I respected that lady, and it irked me that he disrespected her to me. You know, it irked me, and I will be honest about it. But I don't care what he thinks. I don't care what he says. I'm not his mother. I'm not his father. It's not my job to play social police and stop him from being a social bully. It's not me. It's not my job. I think people think in the movies or television, oh, he's a stand-up guy because he stood up against his friend who was talking shit about that woman who's an awesome woman or something, right? But no, in the real world, you just don't do anything to anybody who didn't cross you. You know? That's the actual fucking thing. You don't go play defender unless that's a friend. And I didn't know this lady. Not really. So I was like, well, I don't know this lady enough to defend her. I made friends with her, I believe, but I don't know her enough to defend her. So what do? I sit there like a fucking jackass. I say nothing. I don't defend the new friend, and I remember it. I remember all of it. It's why I would be a better president than Trump or Biden or any of that stuff. And trust me, I remember every single time some motherfucker left some bad taste in my mouth or something like that, and I didn't like it. I was like, damn it, man. I knew this was a part of his personality, and this is often, frankly, par for the course with men. Frankly, it would be weird if he wasn't like this. I will defend his right to be this way. He is urged by his culture, his family, his friends, everybody but pretty much me, to be like that, to talk shit about that woman. He's raised to be like this. There was something that I said tonight that I said on purpose that I'm sure she probably liked, but I don't think he did, which was that I come from a woman. I just know better than to diss them. I don't think of the mistress as a hooker or anything like that till I see her selling sex on the fucking corner. I don't think of any fucking woman as a hooker. You know what I'm saying? Take it on a case-by-case motherfucking basis. You know what I'm saying? You can make some arguments about how a married man sleeping with a single woman is really morally horrible, first of all, but what I was going towards was a kind of a money bent. Probably if there's an attractive young woman who's half the age of a married man, she's probably sleeping with him, maybe not for monetary reasons. It's probably a mixture of things. It's probably social status, maybe monetary stuff, maybe gifts, maybe attention, maybe she's feeling risque, she's breaking up a marriage or something. There's a whole myriad of reasons why a younger woman might sleep with an older man. But there is still not even in today's crappy fucking, like Miss Grundy fucking reality of basically gossip, TMZ gossip of reality about people's sex lives and what they're into and all this other stuff and their orientations and all this stuff. Even in this modern TMZ age, it's still not really considered kosher to call like a mistress a hooker. It's never been. That's implying that the woman is selling her body to the married dude. But honestly, if a married dude is sleeping with a younger woman, he probably isn't paying for her beyond the hotel room and maybe some gifts and stuff. Maybe he's sugar daddy, but if he's married, that's probably a bad idea. The wife's going to be like, where'd all your money go? So most mistresses, the money's not usually an implication unless it's political concubine or like geisha or some such. It's not common to call a woman mistress. And the reason that I bring this up is not because I'm woke or I'm feminist or I like women more than men or any of these other reasons. Those play factors in it. The real reason I dislike the fucking mistress comment is because I come from a woman. I don't think this man knows anything the fuck about it. His ignorant fucking comment is absolutely proof of it. And I immediately take issue with him, and I diss him in public, and I'm like, yeah, mistress is also not the proper nomenclature, dude. You know? I'm sorry, hooker is not the proper nomenclature for mistress. Mistress is a connotation of dominatrix, which is something that you see in demonic circles, such as succubi, right? Are known for succubi, or their veritable, like, hell, Dante's Inferno sense of the succubi is she's a mistress who has dominated you. So they use it in BDSM circles, but that is the proper use of mistress. At no point basically is anywhere around the word of mistress have anything to do with money, except for the gifts that a political concubine might receive, or maybe the gifts that a married man might give his mistress. And she's still not a goddamn hooker. She's probably not really taking cash for fucking him. She's probably thinking about how evil she is, and that her god is gonna hate her, and that she's going to hell, or whatever her fucking spiritual savior is, or whatever her own fucking moral system is, right? Those are the thoughts she's having when she's sleeping with him. And maybe money and gifts come up, and yeah, there is an implication, a little tiny bit, that the mistress might be maybe taking advantage of him financially, or some such, right? Or he's using that to reach her. Taking advantage of her through finances. That happens too. But it is not this implication from a sexist that he made it. It's never been that. And you got to wonder what other sort of weird stuff they have messed up in their heads about women. Like, are all mistresses hookers? No. Probably maybe 10% if I had to wager. Fuck no. Usually the people cheating on their spouses, or cheating with somebody who's cheating on a spouse, they're not thinking much about money. They're usually thinking about sexual attraction that they can't get around, or they're bored with their spouse or some such, or are no longer sexually attracted to their spouse, or their spouse can't perform sexually. There's a lot of reasons why people use concubines and mistresses and such, right? But hooking for money isn't usually really the real reason. It's usually sexual attraction, or the lack of sexual attraction, right? And so firing off the comment like that hooker over there, talk to the hooker, and he was like, talk to the hooker, and I was like, have you ever met a hooker? Do you understand that you come from a woman? Do you understand that most women are not hookers? Most mistresses are not hookers. I'm sure some of them are, but no. And this weird comment from that right winger, talking about women again, like he even knows what the words mean, or some such. And it just bothers me a little tiny bit. It's not that I disrespect their ability to have those beliefs, or use that language, or make a joke, or make an error, or any of that stuff, right? Or make it an error, or even any of that. I don't dislike him. I don't dislike him for saying it. That's the problem with it, right? I will never fault him for having his freedom of speech or his freedom of thought. That's his business. It's his life. He can think what he wants, etc., right? I'm not his dad. I don't need to fucking shame him. I'm not his god. I don't need to fucking shave him, and I won't shame him, and I won't judge him, and I'll remain his friends, right? But I will remember the lack of emotional intelligence of dissing a friend that he's known for 15 years in front of me, so wantonly, so willingly, so negatively, when she just spent 6 hours helping us and stuff like that. That stuff I never ever forget. And that stuff's why I voluntarily, and very much so, have permanently left the human race. It's that stuff. They just don't respect each other well enough to be kind to each other. They will not reserve the harsh appraisal of the person's aesthetics. They will not reserve the harsh comment or the hooker fucking terminology or any of this other stuff. And the lack of the emotional intelligence is something that I observe with my analytical mind. I move around it. I don't make the judgments. I don't judge that guy for being askew, because I'm not his father. He's not my responsibility. It's not my job to fucking save the world, and I'm on some quixotic fucking, I'm on some quixotic fucking, what's the word? Crusade to civilize our fellow human being, despite being an ex-kingpin, ex-heroin dealer, ex-methamphetamine dealer, you know, 2-time fucking deferred adjudicated fucking felon with 28 fucking misdemeanors and all this shit, right? With people gunning for him and people in fucking kingpin circles that would be willing to kill me and stuff. It's kind of insane. And like, and I'm not a good person. I would say that's probably the last thing you could say about me. But I think I'm a better person than these people because of my emotional intelligence. I know better than to call the lady a hooker because I come from a woman. I know better than to, this is how Mr. Beast survives too. He knows better than do this shit too. And this is how you become a successful streamer. I've always thought I would be able to have the skills to be successful in high social circles because I've done it before, and I come from blue blood kind of. I don't come from blue blood, but I come from a rich upbringing. And I was raised rich, and I know the language and the terminology and the fucking phraseology, and I know what nouveau riche is from a fucking personal standpoint, and I know what it is from a philosophical standpoint. I know what poor is from a philosophical standpoint, you know. And so when the person doesn't engage in the emotional intelligence that I know them far more capable of being, I know them capable of doing, I despair of the human race. And it's this stuff, I make a comment about it on my stream, and it's this stuff that causes me to despair about humanity. We do not like each other anymore. Not enough to respect each other. Not even after 15-year long friendships. This person that I consider one of my best friends, they didn't have the respect in their hearts to be respectful to somebody who they've known as a friend for 15 years. And he was very polite in his appraisal of her skills. But when it came to the things that people care about socially, he was not. And it's weird because that's a frank appraisal that I did not take him to task for or lecture him or anything at all. But in my mind, there's these alarm bells going off like, wee-oo, wee-oo. That's how he treats somebody he's known for 15 years. How will he treat you? But I've known him for 15 years and he's never crossed me. So honestly, it's weird. You walk on eggshells with people like this, and I can't stand it. This is what humanity is all the fucking time. I'm adept at it. I'm adept at leading 500 men. I'm adept at leading lots of people. I'm good at people. I'm good at all their little games. I know all the little shit that they like to do. I like all the things they like to do to pull over the wool over on your eyes and all this stuff. I'm not easy to fool, and I'm not easy to lie to. And I've been a leader of men for a long time. But I eschewed these things. I just stopped doing them. I pretty much stopped doing leadership in any way or fucking form. I didn't lead him tonight. I'm his senior, something like 7 years, and I didn't tell him what to think, do, or say tonight either, because I'm not his fucking father. I'm not this fucking society's father. I don't want to tell Mr. Beast what to say, think, or do. I don't want to judge Mr. Beast. I don't want to judge fucking Baegon for having his opinions of that nice lady that we met today. You know? Now, what's the most positive or most negative thing about that nice lady that we met today that I'm going to say? What's the most positive or negative thing that I'm going to say about that nice lady that I met today, right? It's going to be, oh, the nice lady that I met today. That's the most positive and or negative thing that I'm going to say about them, right? It implies a level of rando, like that I never met the person, right? By saying that nice lady that I met today. It implies sort of a like that single serving friendship thing that they talked about in Fight Club. It implies that sort of thing. And it was like that nice lady that I met today. There's nothing negative there. Nothing, not a single fucking thing. The emotional intelligent person approaches life from that direction. They're looking for a way to not piss off anybody. They're looking for a way, and this is the difference between a successful streamer and a failure one, I would say too. They're looking for a way to be polite to that person without irking them or making a value judgment or being negative or positive or pass judgment on them for maybe some kind of fucking problem that they have or anything at all, right? And this leads segue to stuff that we're going to look at here. We already did this video, and I don't think he's got anything new to say, but I'll sit around and finish it. But I'm not going to do it right now because there is another video that just came out today that I would like to talk about because it is a pertinent to the conversation that I'm having about a conversation that I just had in my personal life on stream today, which is that Mr. Beast is getting sued. The problem with Mr. Beast is he doesn't want to piss anybody off. I do not believe we can fault him for this. You could say that he had predatory sales practices towards kids, but everybody on the fucking planet has predatory sales practices towards kids. That's like screaming at people for drinking water. It is a ridiculous, fucking worthless standpoint to take. It is just stupid to yell at Mr. Beast for trying to sell candy or some shit or burgers to children. Sure, candy and burgers aren't that healthy or vegetarian or good for the planet or anything at all. But everybody sells burgers and candy to fucking children. Children fucking like candy and fucking burgers, right? Most of them. Some of them are vegetarian and raised right or whatever, or raised with a good diet. But most, early access trailer from Nathan Napalm. That's something that we got to watch. But I've got to come back and look at the new Some Ordinary Gamers about how Mr. Beast got sued. They really want me to watch this fucking video. They really want me to watch it. Do you see it? I could watch Asmongold react to Hasanabi, but why would I do that? I'm fairly sure Asmongold is a conservative who votes for Trump. Over the last few days, I've become aware of, and Hasanabi is an actual fucking political commentator. I've become aware of the serious allegations of Ava Tyson's behavior online, and I'm disgusted and opposed to such unacceptable acts, right? So they want to come after him. They want to sue him because he's rich and he's successful, and they can't stand that he never crossed anybody or anything like this. They can't stand that he's clean. And when they went digging, they saw that he wasn't. But what are we talking about here? How is Mr. Beast any more evil than, say, Nickelodeon or McDonald's? What has Mr. Beast done that Nickelodeon and McDonald's has not done? I am absolutely certain that McDonald's and Nickelodeon have harbored people who have worked there who were pederasts. I'm fairly fucking sure. McDonald's, you guys love McDonald's, right? Or whatever, I don't know. But yeah, McDonald's and fucking, I don't know, McDonald's and Hershey's chocolate have this stuff have never done anything worse than Mr. Beast. We don't villainize or canonize or whatever. We do ostracize McDonald's for selling to kids, and we shame them, and we try to get them to stop doing it. And Morgan Spurlock makes Fast Food Nation or whatever, and all this, and we do shame our McDonald's and our Hershey's. We do. But the problem is, McDonald's and Hershey's are not evil. They market to kids, yeah, and the way that they marketed to kids was probably fairly unfair. But the problem is, kids fucking love burgers, toys, and candy. They fucking love it the way I love video games, pussy, and weed. You know what I'm saying? They love it. They really love it. They're going to love it their whole lives if they're into such things. If they're into burgers, they're going to love burgers their whole fucking life. If they're into candy, they're going to fucking love candy their whole life. It's not going to change. When they're 87, they're going to have a sugar tooth like my mother, and they're going to sneak candy around even though they shouldn't have sugar. You know? It's just like that. It's just like that. So, is McDonald's, and this is an argument about capitalism too, kind of. It's pro-capitalist argument. Is capitalism evil for selling capitalist stuff to people who buy stuff from capitalists? The answer is no. Same thing with Mr. Beast. Nothing that Mr. Beast has done is particularly evil. Even though he harbored a pederast, he is not a pederast. And is he truly guilty for anything that his friends or his lawyers or his fucking people or his crew, shout out to my crew, I love you guys. Shout out to motherfucking Jed Gallagher and my friend Sen and my friend Varen Von Darkside. And we got another one that I can't remember the avatar, at Mana. I got a whole inner circle that I would love and die for. Take a bullet for them any single fucking day of my life. It doesn't fucking matter, right? But understand, like, I've got an inner circle just like him. I've got an inner circle just like Mr. Beast that would die for me, and I would die for them. And they probably wouldn't die for me because I don't really hang out with them anymore. But I would die for them because I love them. There's a difference. They're my brothers. They're my actual family, and etc. But anyways, over the last few days, I've become aware of the serious allegations about Mr. Beast and all this over the last couple of months. And the problem is about this is Mr. Beast has not done anything fucking far more evil than your average McDonald's down the street. Name something he's done. Pederasts walk into McDonald's all the fucking time. Does McDonald's kick them out? No. McDonald's unerringly hires pederasts all the fucking time. Times McDonald's hired child molesters. It's going to happen, right? It just happens with everybody, I would imagine. It probably does. Shock investigation reveals McDonald's employs child molesters and probably hires it, right? There is no difference between that McDonald's down the fucking street and Mr. Beast. And I'm sure Jimmy would probably actually like what I'm saying too, because it's in his defense. But I mean, there is nothing that Mr. Beast has done that is worse than that fucking McDonald's down your fucking street. Nothing. He has engaged in nothing worse. In nothing worse. Now, he might have knowingly sheltered a pederast. And I know you guys don't want to fucking believe this, but if you guys won't kill the pederast needs a job. If he's not going to offend again, the pederast needs a job. Should he be working with Mr. Beast, who works with children? Absolutely the fuck not, which kind of implies that Mr. Beast is evil. But understand, Mr. Beast is not evil. He just doesn't want to piss anybody off, including his pederast friend, who is trans. So if he pisses off his trans friend, how well does that go for him? Probably not too well. So he backed Ava Tyson pretty much the whole fucking way. He's caught between a rock and a hard place, right? So now, honestly, I look at the morality of Mr. Beast as being on a higher level, which is crazy because everybody else in the world probably thinks of him as a bad person right now. But honestly, I think of him as a good person, particularly because I know he's never slept with a child. I know he's never done anything that his lawyers and his accountants and his fucking people and his editors and his people, idea people, and his writers and all those other people around him, they didn't tell him to do. They all suggested things that he do. He did them. Everybody knew he was harboring a fucking pederast, and everybody probably let him do it because they all know that, well, maybe if the pederast is around him, at least maybe he will keep it under wraps and keep it under control, and maybe the pederast won't act out, and maybe if Mr. Beast is paying him Mr. Beast money, or paying them Mr. Beast money, paying her Mr. Beast money. I don't know what Ava Tyson looks like. I've never seen Ava Tyson. I don't know what they look like. I don't know if they are a male or female trans person or what's in between. I don't know. I don't know anything about Ava Tyson. I don't know Ava Tyson. Don't care. Don't know anything about them. But I know that pederasts and trans people, like everybody else in this fucking world, like murderers and rapists even, if you don't kill them for their crimes, they need jobs. And I don't care where they get those jobs, as long as they don't have children around them. Now, Mr. Beast had children around him, I believe, but I doubt at any given fucking time in his whole life did Jimmy ever let Ava fucking Tyson around a child alone when he was around them. I guarantee it that no point is Mr. Beast ever around children alone because of all the accusations that could be made if he's ever fucking caught around children alone. You know, like what happened with Drake, you know? So, understand, this stupid shit doesn't matter, but the sociality of it does. You can condemn this man all day long, saying that he violated some fucking social contract rule or some such. But no, all Jimmy tried to do was not piss anybody off. This is an approach that I have a great deal of appreciation for. It is my philosophy as well. And so I will side with Mr. Beast here. It's fucking crazy to side with Mr. Beast, but I'm gonna fucking side with Mr. Beast here. I know it's stupid and shitty, and I'm siding with somebody who harbored a fucking pederast, and that sucks. That basically makes me no better than somebody who hires a pederast if I'm cool with them fucking harboring a pederast. But honestly, yeah, turn the person in, but if they're not being turned in for some kind of current fucking sex crime, if they're allowed to be in our society legally right now, if they're not reporting to a fucking child molester or fucking probation officer, if they're not currently wanted for child sex crimes or some such, I don't really see how Mr. Beast can be condemned for the actions of his friend. That's not how a judge would look at it. I know that's how the court of public opinion looked at it, but that's not fair. If we all judge each other for the actions of our fucking friends, I'm fairly sure all of Germany would be dead. I'm fairly sure that all of America would be dead. I'm fairly sure all of us would be dead. If we judged us on the action, if we were judged for the actions of our friends, right? If we truly were in this world ever pretty much judged for the actions of what our friends do, maybe if you harbor it and avoid telling people, that's a particular form of evil. But we call that the sin of omission, or another way you could also call it is a white lie. And it's that old racism. It's got a color thing in there because it is an old racism thing. But, you know, white lies are considered essentially legal. They're considered legal. They're considered, like, women can lie about their age in public. Now, that might be kind of illegal in certain situations, but it is not considered rude or illegal to lie to a police officer, even, I don't think. Even, I mean, I guess a police officer, you wouldn't lie to the police officer, but anybody under that, pretty much, up to a police officer, basically, is considered socially polite to lie about your age. Even for men it is, I think. And so that's an example of a sin of omission that doesn't really harm anybody. If this person, Ava Tyson, has never actually harmed a child, if they have, then condemn them and put them in jail. But it's still not Jimmy's problem. If Jimmy didn't touch children, if Jimmy didn't fucking tell Ava Tyson to do anything evil, if Jimmy did not do anything, I still think that you are safe to have the attitude of hear no evil, hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. That is Mr. Beast's attitude. I can tell you exactly what it is. It's hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil. And all he wants to do is maintain Mr. Beast and do his shit, chase whatever means happiness to Jimmy Donaldson or whatever. He does not want to worry about Ava Tyson's fucking career, and honestly, I don't know why he needs to. If he hired a pederast who wasn't currently an offender, who wasn't currently being sought by the police for being an offender or anything like that, I don't actually care that much. I think if the police haven't fucking sussed that person out to a jail cell in that moment, I believe that pederast needs a job. Our government didn't kill the pederast. The pederast did their time, or they're not at large, or they've never offended. I'm guessing Ava Tyson probably never offended, maybe. I don't know what the story is with Ava Tyson. I don't care. So, like, you know, and I don't care, frankly. I don't care. I don't care. I don't think Mr. Beast cares. I think Mr. Beast cares about Mr. Beast, which is another whole human thing. Mr. Beast doesn't care about Ava Tyson. I think you might think that he does. I think he cares about having good friends and stuff, but I don't think Mr. Beast cares about anything but about Mr. Beast. I don't believe any human cares about anybody but themselves. They care about their friends and their family because it's in their DNA and their code to do so, and it's a good, you know, reputational thing to do, and they're happy to do it, and it makes them feel joy, so they do it. But I don't really think anybody does that I don't think anybody does that unless they're pressured to, believe it or not. I actually kind of think most people will be a jackass if they can. You know, I think it's actually kind of the inclination for most human beings is to throw shit like a monkey. And so I don't really see how you can condemn Mr. Beast in the fucking court of public opinion for selling meat to children. That's what McDonald's does. For selling candy to children, or using his platform to sell candy to children. That's what McDonald's does. That McDonald's down the street is no more guilty than Jimmy Donaldson. They're all engaging in things that are not morally incorrect. I would say that Jimmy Donaldson, his worst sin is having a bad friend. And I'm sorry, but everybody's had a fucking bad friend. I had a bad friend. I put him in jail for 2.5 years. Now he's my worst enemy. I was saying, he was a friend for like 5 years, you know? Consider him a friend. Used to listen to him play guitar, fucking drink beer, and bitch about fucking, you know, Democrats and stuff, or whatever. He was a friend for like 5 years. Then he tried to kill me for no fucking reason. I used to drive him to work and stuff. Friend, you know, like literally a friend. He used to be like, hey, how you doing? Da, 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 when I met him, you know, friend. But then he just snapped and decided to kill me for no fucking reason. And then I had to put him in jail for attempted murder. Now that's, you know, neither here nor there. But that am I a bad person because I know an attempted murderer who tried to attempt to murder me? No. Was he a friend for 5 years before you snapped and went crazy? Yes, he was. I will proudly admit it. I've been friends with everybody. I've never not been friends with anybody. I'm pretty much friends with everybody that I meet. You know, it sucks, but it's true. Unless you're an actual asshole that somehow manages to decide that you don't like me and come troll me or some shit, I guarantee most people will end up in the end probably my friends, because I'm not judging them on anything they ever did. I'm not yelling at them. I'm not going to be their father and act like they're an asshole and tell them not to do something. I am not their fucking father. I'm that equal. I'm that guy chilling there with you. I don't care what your fucking views are, but I'll remember if you diss one of my friends or act sort of disgracefully in front of me or some such. I'll never forget it. And those things stick with me forever. I have a good memory for that stuff. So, but where I'm going with this is you cannot judge somebody for their friend's actions. And honestly, pederasts sort of need to be harbored. If they're not currently in jail for fucking sex crimes or doing probation for sex crimes, pederasts need jobs too. If you're not gonna fucking kill them, you gotta let them work. And so honestly, if somebody was gonna employ a pederast, honestly, I would prefer it would be Mr. Beast. I would assume that he would have a lot of lawyers and a lot of security and a lot of people watching everything that's going on. And if somebody was going to employ a fucking pederast and hide it, I would hope that it would be Mr. Beast, honestly, as opposed to, say, our government or a church. You know? If there was somebody who was going to give a pederast a fucking job, you know, after, you know, they've just never offended or done their time and paid their debt to society, pederasts need jobs too if you're not going to kill them, you know? So if you're not going to kill them, which we don't, you got to let them work too. And that means that I don't really see anything morally wrong with Mr. Beast employing Ava Tyson. As shitty as that is, pederasts need jobs too. If the legal system does not have beef with Ava Tyson, I don't either. As sick as that fucking sounds, that's how we've lived our life. That's how Jimmy lives his life. As long as you don't cross me, I don't care what you fucking do. You know what I'm saying? I care when you kill our environment and you kill children or shoot up schools and all the nasty shit, piece of shit monkeys do. I care with all my heart and soul. But I'm not going to pass the judgment on you. I'm not going to condemn you in the court of public opinion. That's God's job. Or whatever the fuck piece of shit you believe in. You know what I'm saying? Whatever piece of shit deity you believe in.
But of course, the whole spotlight shifted over to Mr. Beast's company.
That is between you and your. That is between you and your maker, right? That's between you and your maker. That's not between me and you. I was supposed to judge Baegon for dissing my new friend or whatever, to my face and for his disloyalty. But honestly, I just don't give two shits. I've come to expect that out of men and the human race, you know. But what I do care about, and I'll do a 2-hour bit about on my fucking stream, is my own personal struggles with it. And I will talk about my own personal fucking struggles with it, right? So like, you know, and all of this has something to do with this. So do I condemn him for being a bad friend because he does something as a bad friend? No, that's not my job. I can let him know if it bothers me. But do I condemn him or judge him? No. I can let him know. I can be like, I think I did. I kind of warned him. I was like, I believe your appraisal is a little bit negative in a way that it doesn't need to be. I think that's exactly what I pretty much said to him. He was like, well, yeah, but it's the truth. And I was like, yeah, but you don't just fucking fire off those truth bombs. Truth bombs are not fun. Truth bombs hurt, you know? They don't need to be dropped. Truth bombs are called truth bombs for a reason. Gotta drop the truth bomb. It's like a fucking Twitter phrase or some shit. Gotta drop the truth bomb on this motherfucking, like, you know, urban person who talks in urban slang, right? But yeah, dropping the truth bomb, you don't ever do it unless the person needs it. You don't do it as some kind of warning. You don't do it as some kind of self-crapulent thing where you feel like you need to criticize the person or something. You don't drop the negative truth bomb unless the person motherfucking needs it. It's just rude. It's just rude. You don't talk about a woman's appearance in public. You don't compare her aesthetics to somebody else. You don't rate her life. You don't do any of that stuff. Or guess what? That's what God does to you.
Today we're looking at the aftermath.
If you put it out to the universe that you want that energy to be negative for that person, and you say something negative about them, guess what happens? The universe just puts it right back the fuck back on you. If you put it out to the universe will give it back. If you put negativity out to the universe about somebody, that's what you're going to get back. I know you don't believe in karma, but I do. I believe in secret. I believe in the secret, and I believe in the karma. And I don't think those are laws that you should follow, like some kind of fucking citizen or something. It's just, I believe that they exist, and I do. And the minute that you make that comment and you take that slap shot or that fucking, you take that cheap shot, they call it the cheap shot, right? There's all this like fucking cliche emotional intelligence level words about this. You took the cheap shot. You took the higher ground. You took the lower ground. You were disloyal. You were a bad friend. There's all these weird cliches that we use about this because, and we remember it. We remember this stuff when we think, oh, well, this person kind of seems like he doesn't really like his friend that he's hung out with for 15 years, or he wouldn't speak so negatively about her. But I think in his brain, he was just trying to be truthful. So I couldn't fault him. He was truthful about that. He was like, well, but I'm just saying what she looks like. And I'm like, okay. And he was like, and I was like, the way that you're describing her is incredibly insulting. And he was like, yeah, but that's what she looks like. And I'm like, yeah, but you don't need to say it. You know? And that lack of emotional intelligence is what I remember, and it's what caused me to leave the human race. We do not read the room. We don't care how badly the N-word fucking affects people who are affected by the N-word. We don't care about lesbians who are affected by the D-word. We don't care about people who are gay who are affected by the F-word. We don't care about that stuff. We don't care about how it harms them or any of that stuff. You might call it a woke culture thing, but I call it respect. That's it. It's just respect. Most of the time, he's actually a very respectful man. But when it came to talking about a woman's aesthetics, it was fucking nuts. It was like almost a trip for me, you know? It was like a trip. I was like, oh, unpleasant, you know? Honestly, there's even way funnier, way ruder ways to do it. You don't spend like 3 minutes describing how they look like some sort of deformed alien from the Marvel universe. You just say paper bag it. That's it. You know? And honestly, that's way shittier and way more dick move, but it's more socially acceptable and less hurtful to be like, oh, paper bag. Right? You can even be, men do that all the time too. They'll be like, oh, paper bag. And a smart man knows what the guy's saying. Oh, you got to paper bag it, right? That's how you say somebody's fugly, right? Is it a paper bag person? But no, he spent 3 minutes describing how she looked like an alien from the Marvel universe. And I was like, no, you could have made a paper bag comment at that point. Totally sexist, fucked up paper bag comment about, oh, I got to put a paper bag on it first kind of thing, right? And it would have been more socially acceptable ragging on her, describing her as an alien from a Marvel universe or whatever the fuck he was saying. Like, is like so far beyond even like your mama jokes. It's like the lowest level of low brow. And I want to complain about it, but I won't judge him because it's not my job to judge him. You know, I'm just complaining about it. That's all. It's a simple complaint. I look at these men and I think, you fancy yourself manly men. You know, you're like that song from Mulan, Manly Men, or whatever that shit's called. I forget the name of that song, but it's really annoying song about being a man. But then you spend 3 minutes describing a woman who you consider a friend as some kind of alien monster from Marvel. And while it was funny, the paper bag comment, which is far worse, is actually more respectful. You know? Literally, you could get away with the paper bag comment faster and easier and with less damage done and less feelings hurt. You know? Than what he said. And I was like, So I want to lecture these people, but instead I just give a lecture about my own life. My mother raised me better. And these days, when I think of dissing a woman in any way or fucking form about anything at all, even like critique about something simple, like maybe like I don't like the way you opened that door or something like that, right? I immediately think I come from a woman. They get the pass. They get the pass. I just treat them respectfully always. Always. You know, they get the pass. They're the ones who have to put up with 9 months of labor and all of our bullshit. They get the pass. We don't take shots at their aesthetics. We don't talk about them socially. We don't walk on the social, you know, I'm walking in the spider web, so leave a message and I'll call you back. That's literally Gwen Stefani talking about the social contract that women have with the world and all the phone calls that they have to engage in. I'm walking in the spider webs, so leave a message and I'll call you back, right? That was about literally women and how they work in the social contract. And you don't diss them socially. It's not wise. You don't diss their aesthetics. It's not wise. And honestly, you want to know why these people always have like 3 to 5 divorces? It's because they never did learn to just respect women. They weren't raised on Aretha Franklin. They weren't like taught that they get the pass. They get the pass. You don't fuck with them on in their you don't fuck with them in their arenas. You don't fuck with them socially. You don't cheat on them. You don't do anything fucked up to them financially. You don't try and incite them to do things like prostitution. You don't do nasty things like this. You treat them like equals and you respect them. You don't make value judgments about their aesthetics. You don't gossip about them. That's all I have to say about this.
The whole Mr. Beast stuff.
But I cannot be judged for anything that Baegon says or does. I can be, but I shouldn't be. Same thing as Mr. Beast. I can't be judged for anything that Baegon says. And honestly, I'm not his father. Go get mad at him if you're mad at him.
That has basically been taking the internet by storm the last month, and it's actually become pretty much...
I can't be his father. I've been trying all my life to be their father and tell them, oh, you come from a woman. You can't treat them like this. Nope. Not cool. Not cool. Nope. Social faux pas. Nope. We're using French words to describe your fucking idiosyncratic, boneheaded fuck-ups here. You know, literally fucking idiosyncratic French words to describe your fucking social fucking faux pas. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what a faux pas is? It's a social boner. And boner is the actual word for what I'm talking about. It's a social fuck up, right? So faux pas, right? He committed what's called a faux pas. There's a French word for what Baegon did today. It's called, and I'm not ragging on him or trying to control him or anything at all. Honestly, I don't care that he did it, frankly. An embarrassing or tactless act or remark in a social situation, right? Something about like language just keeps coming up with Baegon and stuff. He seems to have sometimes like false definitions and stuff. But no, he committed a faux pas today, and the best I could do was be like, well, you're being kind of negative, you know. And that sucks when you're the nice guy, when you're the Mr. Beast. The best that you can do is be like, well, you're being kind of negative, but I'm not going to take your side. I'm not going to take theirs. And it's not my job to defend you. And it's not your job to condemn me. All I'm trying to do is be Mr. Beast or skycat.live or any of that other shit. I don't care. Like, you know, it's not your job to judge. Only God can judge me. That's Tupac.
Mainstream news to the point that people who don't have any connection to YouTube are actually kind of talking about
it's not his place. I didn't ask for the judgment. That's the problem too. And they offer it too. And I'm like, that's not what I was digging after. I was digging after, like, you know, what the quality of them were. I wasn't looking for an aesthetic appreciation of the person. I was looking for what the quality of them was, you know? Are they a good friend? Have you known them for 15 years? If you have, then I really respect them because, you know, that means that person's probably an RPG superstar, you know?
So I've covered
But his answer was something to do with her aesthetics. And that's sexist too.
You know, a couple videos of, you know...
The fuck does her aesthetics have to do with it?
Popular Mr. Beast investigators in this case. One of them was...
Are we dating at a coffee shop where I can actually see her face? No. And this is how men act all the goddamn time. And I don't want to lecture them in public, because I do. I end up fucking lecturing them about why you don't cheat, or why you don't do this to them, or why you don't do that to them. And it's like fucking hard. I guess maybe it was brain damage when I was a kid or something, you know. Maybe I took some brain damage when I was a kid and got Asperger's or something. I don't know what happened. But something happened when I was a kid where I was just taught to respect women, and that they're equal to us, and they can do anything that we can do, and that, you know, you don't diss them on their social turf the way that they don't come diss us on when armies are fighting. Women don't come to warfare and tell us what to do. We don't go to their social circles and tell them anything about aesthetics or social status or anything like that. That's their purview. Social status is sussed out by women. Women like Mr. Beast, which is why he's the most popular streamer of all time.
Dogpack 404.
Which is why it's probably hard to make any of this stuff stick. If women like Mr. Beast, it'll probably be hard to make any of this stuff stick, because if the women like you, you're socially good. You're like literally socially fucking good. If the women like you still after all of this stuff, and we don't know if they will or not, but if the women still like you even after rape and murder, you're probably socially good. It's fucking crazy. But if the women in your community will still support you, love you, and show up when you're in trouble, then you're probably safe. It doesn't matter what you do, honestly. And this is why we don't go diss them aesthetically or socially. We don't do that. We never do this. We don't block them on cell phones. We don't call them B words or hookers or anything like this. We don't, you know, we do in the rap songs, but that was sort of a different gangster drug dealer thing, having to do with drug dealers and prostitutes. And in the world of pimps up, hose down, pimps her up and hose her down, right? So, but socially, hookers have just as much power, or more so power, than drug dealers. More so than Pablo Escobar even. Hookers basically run the world, believe it or not. And so the derision is just, you know, it's just kind of funny. It's just sort of weird.
Made several videos in this case covering Mr. Beast.
Oh, I promised to link him a video, but it's too late in the evening. I'm going to log in 20 minutes, but we're going to do a bunch of crappy React content now because I don't want to put my hardcore characters at risk. Today, I moved the freezer, and I finally did move the freezer. We were supposed to do it last night, but the moving men didn't come, so then we had to like move it today, and then we had to fucking move the freezer into the fucking storage container, and then after that, I had to load a truck to go to the landfill. And while it wasn't really bad time intensive, it was only like an hour and 10 minutes or something. It was intensive physically, and I'm exhausted again, like yesterday. And on top of it, I have to be up in 6 hours and 45 minutes. I pretty much can't stop hiccuping. It's so annoying. I have to be up in 7 hours and 45 minutes or something like that. And so, like, I'm going to have to call it here, really, like, legitimately, I'm going to have to call it here in like 20 minutes, but I want to do the breakdown of the React content that I missed. So let's look at this one about Mr. Beast getting sued, and then the other one about Pantheon.
Bringing forward some really wild and wacky allegations. So to begin with, let me just recap this whole thing real quick.
Yeah, please recap now, because I trust your opinion more than most of the people on the internet and stuff about what is happening with Ava Tyson, because was she or he, I don't know what their orientation even is, not because I don't care to know, or is because I don't know and I'm too lazy to look, honestly, because I don't care. And I think that's what they would want, honestly. I don't care what your orientation is. And I think they get a little bit heartened when I say it. I don't care what your fucking orientation is, as long as you don't touch children or whatever, you're fine, you know?
One of the big
as long as you don't rape people or kill people or touch children or scam people or fuck over elderly people or any of that stuff, right? I don't care what you do or what your orientation is. I don't care. I think they like this. I'm fairly sure. I think they think that my attitude is the correct one. I don't care what your fucking orientation is, Ava Tyson. So I don't care to give you a pronoun. How about that? How about that take on pronouns? I don't give you a pronoun because I don't care what you do. I value everything that you do or whatever, unless it's something bad. Who cares?
A former massive Mr. Beast member, Chris Tyson.
I'm sure Mr. Beast probably feels the same. It's kind of crazy.
Was alleged to be holding on to some wild art from a, creator known as Shadman.
Oh, no. So, yeah, this person, yeah.
Also alleged to apparently have some rather risky...
But, okay, just this year, Vosh got caught but he got caught alt-tabbing to his lolly porn, which is like, fucking hentai based around children. And they didn't do shit to him. He got caught with lolly right on stream, which is like full-blown, like he's a pederast. He's a pederast, absolutely. And they didn't cancel him. Why the fuck would you cancel Mr. Beast for something his friend did? If they won't cancel fucking Vosh for lolly porn, why the fuck would they cancel Mr. Beast? I don't think they are.
And jokes said in a Discord server that had a...
I think they're going to ratio him and farm him for content for 5 years. It's insane. It's
sure of adult...
Poor guy. They took his name and used it like some kind of chariot to fucking save themselves from fiscal fucking destitution or whatever. It's insane. I can't imagine being Mr. Beast. It's my worst nightmare, and I chose the wrong job because it's technically the highest rung. I've always rose to the highest rung generally wherever I go. And so raising to the highest rung here means basically trying to be a target like Mr. Beast. I don't want to be a target like Mr. Beast. That's why my chat's off. Fuck the chat. Fuck the chat, guys. I don't love you. Please do not turn me into Mr. Beast. I'm sure the chat's like, absolutely no problem.
Good look at all. Since then, Chris
my worst nightmare is becoming all of the world's target like Mr. Beast. That is literally my worst nightmare. My worst nightmare is being Taylor Swift. It's like literally being Taylor Swift. This is my worst nightmare. You think Chappell Roan doesn't deal with fucking, or is it Chappelle or Chappell? Is it Chappell? I don't know. Is it Chappell or Chappelle? I don't know. I've never heard their music. I don't know who they are. Chappell Roan complained recently a lot about all of the fucking people that think it's okay to just walk up to her and essentially use her as some kind of target. They just walk up to her in public and they just start like lecturing her because she doesn't want to stand there and put herself at risk of being raped or abducted or murdered or something like that by the public long enough to give the person a fucking signature. So they just berate her in public. And then she has to go and cry to like Twitter to get social justice for that, because no, it's not the public's job to harass celebrities. It's not. So like, it's never the public's job to harass anybody, frankly. So, I don't know about this whole mess. It's kind of funny.
It's the internet. Mr. Beast has pretty much abandoned any support for them. But of course,
so once Mr. Beast finds out how bad Ava Tyson actually was, he was like, well, he's not my friend anymore. But can we cancel Mr. Beast for being friends with this person? No, you don't know what your friends do in the privacy of their homes. You don't know what your friends do. I think all the time about what my friend who shot off a gun in a house to attempt suicide while there were some kids and a wife in the house is doing right now, because he fired a gun off in a house full of kids. I wonder what he's doing right now. All the time I wonder. But I don't know, because he's not me. I don't know what he's doing right now. I love my friend to death. Take a bullet for him. Don't care. I do care that he fired off a gun in a house full of kids, but I don't care that he did it. You understand? I care for the kids' sake. I don't care that he did it. It's not my judge. It's not my job to judge. That's God's job. That's between him and his maker. So I'm still friends with him somehow, even though we don't speak, because I judged him, but I made a judgment call, and I kind of lowered him in my life and I stopped hanging out with him. But I still would be a friend, I think, if we were to see each other, because he never crossed me. He never harmed me. I don't think I ever crossed him. If I did, I don't remember. I crossed him in essentially not visiting him in jail. So our friendship's probably over. But I didn't visit him in jail because I made a value judgment about I didn't really want to support him in jail while he was in jail for firing off a gun in a house full of kids. The same way that I don't think Mr. Beast would either, you know? I don't, and that was before I was a streamer. That was way before I was a streamer, when I didn't even have like a 3 viewership thing to lose or anything like that. I've got like a two viewership thing to lose right now, but I didn't have that back then. I just made the judgment call in my own personal life. I was like, yeah, you fired off a gun in a house full of kids, and that's just something I couldn't do, and that's something that I don't really want to be friends with somebody who does, you know? And yeah, we had a great 15 years or something, but I don't really want to be friends with somebody who would be willing to fire off a gun in a house full of children. 3 kids. Like fucking 7, 8, and 10, I think, or something like that. Kids, you know? And yeah, and on top of it, I believe he did this to teach them a lesson. And that sort of thing is evil. And I don't truck with evil. Now, do I care what he did? Fuck no. And I sent him a text saying so. I don't care what you did. The last text that I ever sent him, I said, and I meant it too, if the system was a person, I would have killed them for you. That's literally what I said to him. As I probably never see I'll probably never see him again. If I do, it'll be at his funeral, probably, because he's something like 8 years older than me or something like that. If I see him again, it'll be his tombstone. It's unfortunate like that, but I left the human race. I actually did. And so, like, I love my friend to death, and I would love to give him a hug right now. He's one of my best fucking friends, but we probably won't ever speak again because, yeah, you fired a gun off in a house full of children. I think the children forgave him. I think all my other friends forgave him. I think the children forgave him. I think his wife forgave him. I think everybody forgave him. I didn't forgive him. I'm not Jesus. Jesus wasn't there when he did that. That was particularly evil. And I can't really justify being a friend with somebody who fires off a gun in a house full of kids, even to myself, you know? And so when his wife asked why I wouldn't visit and why I wouldn't support him or write letters or anything like that, I told her, I was like, I can't really support anybody who shot off a gun in a house full of kids. And she was like, well, they forgave him and he didn't harm anybody and I forgave him and all this stuff. You should let it go. And I'm like, oh, I let it go. I don't care what he did. And she's like, you don't care what he did, but you aren't going to talk to him anymore. And I was like, yeah, I don't care what he did. I care how he did it. I didn't judge him for what he did, and I cried for him. And the last thing that I said to him was, if the system was a person, I would have killed them for you. That's how much I love you, and I'm sorry that this happened, and I wish I could have fixed it for you. But that was, and I think he knew I was kind of saying goodbye. I was like, yeah, if the system was a person, I would have killed them for you. He didn't want to hear that from me. But I think it was what I needed to tell him to get him to understand that I was his friend till the day that I die, and that I did love him, and that I did always support him despite having made the value judgment, you know, was that, yeah, I can't be around you anymore because you fired off a gun in a house full of kids, but I can still love you and understand I love you so much that if the system, this is what I said to him too, verbatim, if the system was a person, I would have killed them for you. And I mean this. Hands down, no hesitation. If they had a name, I would have found it. I would have killed them for you. And I got it across to him how much I care about him in one sentence, which is something you kind of sometimes have to do when you've lost a friend or some such, or you have some kind of terrible thing like this. You have to pretty much deal with it in a prompt manner because they don't want to hear what you have to say. So I said it best, and it took me 3 weeks to think of what I wanted to say too. I was like, I said it perfectly, and I left it there. And it's the last text on our DM was like, yep, we've been friends for 15 years. You've let me stay at your house for something like 4 years total or something like that, or whatever. You backed me, you've given me money, you've come and bailed me out and shit like that, and backed me and warned my friends when I was in trouble. You didn't care when I was high, and you let me in your house when I was a meth addict, and you've been my friend forever, and I love you to death for that till the day I die. But I can't be friends with somebody who fires off a gun in a house full of kids, you know? And I never told him either. I never told him that. I told his wife that so she could break it to him. What I told him was, I'm sorry I wasn't there for you, buddy. I went through my own stuff while you were in there. And I can't ever tell you what that is because it puts people at risk. But I mean, I went through my own thing while you were in there, and I was just trying to stay alive myself, and I couldn't focus on anybody else. That was the first thing I said. Second thing I said was, if the system was a person, I would have killed them for you, and I mean this. And I don't know how to tell. And I told him this. I was like, it is important for you that you understand what I mean when I say this. I think I closed with that. I was like, you understand what I mean? Because I'm not kidding. If the system was a person, I repeated it too. I think I did. I was like, if the system was a person, I would have killed them for you. You know? But I can't fight the system. The system is not a person. I can't go get him out of jail. I can't write letters as a fucking person currently facing felony charges and make him look good. That was the other thing I told his wife. I was like, I am currently facing probation on a felony charge that I have violated, and I am going to jail for something like 1 to 10 years. And I can't write him a letter of fucking recommendation. I don't care how much you think I am a pillar of the community, which I am. But I mean, I don't care how much you think I'm a pillar of the community and how little help you're getting and how even a letter from a friend would help. I can't make him look good. I am currently facing, if they were to cross-reference me at all, they're going to see that I'm currently facing violation of probation for possession of black tar heroin and methamphetamine. I am not a glowing recommendation for my friend K to get him out of jail, you know? And it took him 5.5 years to get out of jail, and I'm sure he probably fucking somehow blamed me for not helping him get out of it faster. But I mean, I can't fight the system for him. I can't show up and tell them he's a good person. I'm a bad person. I can't save his wife. I have no money. I can't save those kids. I wasn't there. I wasn't even in town. I was like fucking 900 miles away or something like this. There was nothing that I could do. And I torment myself about this one particularly over and over and over again. But I didn't fire off the gun in the house full of kids. I did not do that. You know? I'm not trying to make a big deal of it either. I actually don't care. Nobody was harmed. But I can't justify it. You understand? There's a difference between judging somebody and justifying continuing friendship. There's a big difference. I don't judge anybody, but I can definitely always make the value judgment of whether or not it's okay for me to remain their friendships. That's something that's always open. I don't care what they do. It could even be child molestation or rape or murder. They are not me. I don't care what they do. They are not me. You know, that is for the law and a judge and a God to suss out. That is not for me. I am not there to judge them or tell them that they're evil for doing something. I don't even know what evil is, technically. I mean, I know what's bad and what we consider evil, but I mean, I don't know what truly the true definition of evil is. I don't know. And knowing that, I will not pass judgment on him for firing off that gun, but I can make the value judgment about our friendship not being so good anymore because I can't really be friends with somebody who fires off a gun in a house full of kids. I can't do that. Something about it. You know? I couldn't stomach it. I couldn't spare the square. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
This company.
I didn't like that I had the sort of friends that would do that sort of thing either. And I'm one of those friends. I definitely did attempt suicide when I was 27. And I put my friends through fucking hell with that. I put my friends and family through fucking hell with that. Fucking hell.
404 made
it didn't affect them that badly, but I put them through hell with it.
A couple of videos where he was alleging some pretty serious stuff. One of them was that Mr. Beast was allegedly running some crazy lotteries for children.
I don't care. McDonald's does that all the time. Would you like to see it? I don't care about that. McDonald's Monopoly game. It was a scam, by the way. But yes, this Monopoly scam, by the way, it was a scam. There's all kinds of videos about it. This whole Monopoly thing that McDonald's did, right? I might be violating DMCA by even looking at it, frankly. That, frankly, I don't even know. Like they're so corporate. But yeah, there is no difference between Mr. Beast's secret formula, selling candy to children, or marketing to children, anything on his videos using like lotteries or anything like that. Yeah, we do that all the time. McDonald's does that every year. Mr. Beast is no more guilty than that McDonald's down your street. Should we judge people for what their friends do? Is the big question that needs to be asked. Should we cancel people? Is it precedent? No precedent for Mr. Beast. Oh, precedent is bad. Wait, how is precedent spelled? I always struggle with precedent. Anything SC always throws me for a fucking loop. Anything German SC drives me fucking crazy. Yeah, there's no S in it. It's just C. I always forget, but I think of it as precedent. But it's not. It's precedent. It's a little bit different. So no precedent for Mr. Beast. Should we cancel people for what their friends do? The phonetics of it are better. Should we cancel people for what their friends do? The answer is no.
Giveaways would end up being games of chance and actual lotteries that, was a pretty serious thing, right? When you're making content for children and you're giving things away. There's a pretty...
I don't care about this. Everybody does this. The McDonald's down your fucking street does this. Nope. All the conglomerates do this. There's no difference. Where do you think he learned to do it? Everybody does that. If we don't ever prosecute them, we can't prosecute him. Not even in the goddamn court of public opinion. There's no precedent for it. We do not prosecute people for marketing shitty shit to children. We don't. There are so many crappy children's products on the fucking market that are really bad for them. We don't prosecute them for this ever. We cannot condemn him in the court of public opinion. He's done nothing that McDonald's hasn't done. If McDonald's is not in jail, neither should he. He should not be sued. McDonald's cannot be sued for that. I don't know why we can sue him for that. You know, harboring a pedophile is one thing. I guess you could morally judge him for that, I guess. But as for the lotteries and stuff, no.
Like, how do you distribute stuff? How do you give away prizes? How do you do giveaways? And how do you produce content that isn't designed to exploit children whatsoever, right? Which is something that I'm still kind of waiting for an answer on. Now, the other massive serious allegation was that Mr. Beast had knowingly hired a criminal, okay? Now, one of the people that was working in the Mr. Beast company, Delaware, who is on plenty of these videos, sometimes masked up, was unmasked by Dogpack404 into actually having a criminal record where they were involved rather, grossly with a minor. And in this situation, what had effectively happened was apparently alleging to Dogpack404 and the people, bringing these allegations, Mr. Beast and their mother knowingly hired a criminal, into their company. So it is really, really wild, wild stuff. Now, of course, this is on the backs of one of the largest productions and Mr. Beast has ever really been on, one where he has to team up with one of the largest corporations in the world, Amazon, producing the Beast Games in Las Vegas, and that's also its own rabbit hole of serious concerns, where actual class action lawsuits have been filed. Now, the reason why the story is, again, very important to me is I'm always interested in any kind of criminality at times, whenever, like, YouTubers are kind of involved, okay? And for me, obviously, if you've watched some of my financial investigations or crypto investigations, you've seen that there have been some rather intense takedowns of some pretty larger YouTubers getting involved with pretty shady cryptocurrencies. But I also consider things like, mishandling employees. I consider things like what is allegedly happening in the Mr. Beast, where people aren't being treated right. These are, to me, as severe as any financial allegation that I've ever seen. And, before somebody goes, oh, this is just drama, I don't consider any form of this to really be drama. To me, drama is like really stupid stuff, like when a creator cheats on a significant other. To me, that's a shitty thing, but that's just tabloid gossip that I'm kind of involving myself into. This has some serious stakes into it. The serious stakes being that, ultimately it is a poor reflection on YouTubers if the biggest YouTuber in the game is unfortunately involved and is participating in unsavory activities or mishandling the company.
I like this comment. Sniper Wolf was proof that YouTube won't hold their largest creators accountable. And that is true. I feel that lawsuits aren't necessary here. I don't know though. YouTube cannot cancel Mr. Beast for anything, I don't think. Can they? I don't think he's done anything bad enough. Not by their standards, no.
It makes other advertisers, it makes other people from other avenues of entertainment or big companies more resistant to work with a YouTuber, because once you've had the biggest YouTuber fucking up, how likely is it that the average YouTuber, or a slightly larger YouTuber, but not as large as Mr. Beast, somebody with like 10 million subscribers, 20 million subscribers, is as, are they also going to be responsible? If the biggest guy can't be responsible, what chance is it for the people below them, right? So anyways, long spiel out of the way. One of the things that kind of really got me was, again, Dogpack's most recent video, Mr. Beast's secret CEO. So the way that these videos are presented, and they're kind of like these 27-minute long pieces where like Dogpack sits in front of this like digital like conspiracy like board where he just has like all these articles and shit brought up. So one of the things that really irked me was this line from the video right here. And I want to see if you guys can identify what irks me as well. given that I teach all of you guys to basically take everything you hear on the internet with a grain of salt and always apply some critical fucking thinking.
That James Warren by name in my last video, his Instagram and Facebook got taken down, and his LinkedIn got taken down. So quick profile on James Warren. He's Jimmy's cousin and secret CEO, and I say secret because, you know, they're not very open about that fact. Like, he doesn't post about it on social media. It wasn't ever attached to his LinkedIn. He's never featured or really referenced anywhere. I heard that he's very aggressive. I've heard him referred to as a psychopath who screams at people and hits his girlfriends. There's allegedly domestic violence charges that were filed against him. And I say allegedly because it turns out there's a lot of people in North Carolina named James Warren who assault their girlfriends, I guess. So I'm still having people look into these cases, specifically that surprise witness on YouTube. She's been super helpful in, like...
What? Wait, hold on a minute. So you're going to make a 27-minute long video about a pretty serious topic, and you're going to bring some pretty serious charges up. Domestic violence is no joke, okay? It's something that happens all the time, all right, unfortunately. And the perpetrators behind it sometimes get away with some dastardly things, and sometimes it can lead to the ultimate end for, you know, the victim party. So this is not some joke, and to not properly verify or vet this claim before you even brought it up involving an entire name, even if you use the words like allegedly, it's a pretty shitty thing to do from an investigatory standpoint. That surprise witness TV person they brought up, well, it gets even spicier here.
They're alleging.
Oh, I didn't buy Banish.
One of the things that
God
these people are
damn it.
alleging, or one of these people has
need
alleged
Banish.
to Dawson, is James Warren, this guy we just talked about, the secret CEO, had committed some type of domestic incident, some type of harm onto a girl that he was dating. I did look into this, and I went into it thinking he had done that, okay? I went into it thinking he did it, and I'm just gonna have to find the paperwork for it. I searched and searched and searched, and there was one case number I looked into. Again, I could probably make a whole video on this, but suffice it to say that I do not think that the case number that is associated with this picture right here, and I told Dawson this, and that's why he said this in the video, I do not think that this particular case is the same James Warren. For many reasons, like I said, I did a few hours of research just into this case alone. I was in the property records. I was on Facebook looking people up. I was doing all kind of looking at the marriage records in the newspaper. I just don't think this is the same James Warren. It doesn't even appear that this James Warren is even related to this James Warren that we're talking about. And there's it's a common name. James, a very common name. We got 11 Jameses and Jakes just at the Mr. Beast company. So I don't think that is him. So
here's
I
a
am not prepared
Ferox.
to make the allegation that he committed some type of domestic incident that has been...
Bro, when the source you just put up on the fucking screen is going, yeah, I wouldn't vote on that. I wouldn't sign up with that, chief. That doesn't seem like a good thing. I wouldn't co-sign it. That's not good, okay? This is like a principal part of the video that you deliberately have fucked up on, in my opinion, okay? Because anybody that is editing these videos, if you watched it back, you would question and think to yourself, wow, maybe I should vet these crazy allegations before I go through with it. Giving these people an out, you know, if you have to make a video, like, this is where it's like, you know, in a serious news organization, this would have been a fucking retraction, okay? If I made a fuck up this big, the next video would have been like, I fucked up, here is an official retraction. Retractions are the most embarrassing things you can do, especially when you're bringing forth serious things like this, okay? This is not okay in any capacity. And basically, for me and most normal critical thinking people out there, which thankfully there is the majority of in my personal belief, will sit there and go, yeah, I really can't believe anything you say going forward. This is fucked up. And again, leave it to these YouTubers, by the way, to have like the most insane, you know, fucking laser focus when it comes to looking through marriage records and shit in regards to any case. Goddamn, dude. I swear to God, sometimes these T-channels surprise me. Well, look, at the end of all this, I'm sure that the intentions for this dog pack character are probably in the right place, but, you know, as somebody that is being a narrator to the story, you are doing unimaginably more harm by ruining your own credibility, which means if there were actual victims in this entire story, because they're attaching themselves to you and your waning credibility, it ultimately hurts them in the process, and there is no reverse from that, okay? It's as sad as time immemorial, okay? I've seen it happen before with other cases involving vampires and fucking werewolves, But we'll save that for a different day. Now, again, unfortunately, Dogpack comes in and even says, yeah, a little update on those charges, by the way. The 6 NC criminal court cases were not for DV. I still have some FOIA requests out by an alleged current MrBeast employee reached out to me giving me their side of the story. I think this person is mistaken with a lot of details, but I do now believe the James Warren DV case that circulated the office was most likely the wrong James Warren. Of course, none of my sources knew that. I tried multiple times to get in touch with the person who allegedly found the charges before making my video and did not get a response.
Carolina.
I should have waited on the FOIA requests before mentioning the DV charges allegation. You know, anytime we also research on cases too, and when I work with other investigators or even by myself, you know, generally speaking, nobody uploads a video or even, you know, I guess you could say teases at a new video until you've got all your ducks in a row, okay? Otherwise, you're just setting yourself up for failure, right? You know, if you go back to like any investigation I've done on anybody or any product or any group or any crypto scam, every single piece of evidence I've needed to narrate the story from A to B to give you a full to start end has already been captured before a video has been produced or even teased, which is something I don't really see anymore in amongst these like new wave of like investigators on the internet. If you're going to investigate something, make sure you have all your ducks in a row and stop like releasing a video when you don't actually have all the evidence brought to you, because chances are in this case, like we've seen, the evidence that was brought forward, unfortunately, gave him the actual gut punch and not MrBeast. So anyways, that's enough of the whole Dogpack stuff right there, ladies and gentlemen. To be honest with you, I kind of want to move on forward to something else that's kind of started. Now, obviously, since this, there has really not been any response from MrBeast, and to be honest, I don't really think he probably has to respond. His channel seems to be doing just as fine. I think I haven't looked at the view stats myself, but it seems to be doing just fine. The longer he goes without answering for it, the more interest in this quickly just wanes off. It's kind of the ultimate response to any wild YouTube controversy. The longer you can stray away from like saying anything, the better it is ultimately as a creator, right? Like better it is for you. So since then, there has been another wild controversy that kicked in. Apparently, MrBeast, Logan Paul, and KSI launched Lunchly, okay?
Logan Paul.
Now, if you're looking at this, you're probably like, whoa, Muda, this shit's like, this reminds me of a Lunchable. And it's probably true. You might, it's similar. But the thing is, these are filled with Prime and Feastables. So you got some electrolytes, some chocolate, and you've got like some pizzas with maybe like some strands of fucking mozzarella. And you got some nachos, and you got some turkey cracker stackers. Now, to be real, I personally don't really care so much about looking through these products. Much like Feastables and much like Prime, it's just another product that a lot of these creators build to sell to audiences. And a lot of creators, you know, ultimately do end up building businesses. That's not really something that I'm so hard on for them. But obviously, this is a product that's designed to necessarily, you know, compete and be sold to children as sort of like a healthy alternative to the slop that apparently is Lunchables, okay? So inside here, what they talk about is Lunchlies, okay? We've got the same protein, less calories, electrolyte. You know, that Capri Sun's only got 55 fucking milligrams, motherfucker. Okay, the electrolytes we're packing in Prime, 400 mgs, and of course less sugar. So of course that's pretty much their branding right here, but one branding that made me literally laugh my ass off was this right here. Lunchly is changing the grab and go game with an innovative approach. We're here to fuel your fun from the lunchroom to the break room by packing every Lunchly box with a Prime hydration and Feastable bars. So, you know, the guy that wants to fight, like, childhood obesity is like, yeah, here, let's chug up on coconut water and, like, and chocolate, kids. Get ready and sign up for that. I love this advertising the most out of it, dude. It's like, Lunchly, we've got the flavorful combos versus the standard picks. Yeah, I'm going to leave it up to Prime and Feastables adding on to that flavor, because I'm sure there's no difference between turkey cracker stackers. 400 mg electrolytes. I love this one. Bold packaging versus basic packaging. Because that's what you're excited about when you get your fucking Lunchable, right? What does the packaging look like? I love this one. If you buy the leading brand, you get mid moments. If you buy us,
I think this is boring.
you get big.
I don't care about this. We're going to get out of it.
kind of early access.
Thank you, Subordinate Gamers, for the excellent content for the stream. I'd like to sub to your channel. Thank you, Nathan Napalm. I'd like to sub to your stream. I'd like to sub to your channel.
Kind of trailer, kind of explanation just released from Pantheon Rise of Fallen Visionary Realms. We're going to check it out together, and I'm going to react to it. We're going to watch this together, all right? So let's watch it. Let's start it now.
12:15,
we are thrilled to announce that Pantheon Rise of the Fallen is finally entering early access. Pantheon is a high fantasy MMORPG, but not the same casual game that you might be used to. Pantheon emphasizes challenge through tactical cooperation and connection with the player community around you.
Okay, I'm going to pause it right there. It is definitely very community driven, I mean, you can solo. It's rough, though. Like, it's going to take a long time. It's something you can do, though, like, in between time, but you definitely want to get a party. Pantheon is already living up to that vision of the old school MMO design, which really values parties and grouping up and all that kind of thing. And it's one of the highlights and what makes Pantheon feel special.
As you progress through your own journey, the rewards are hard won.
They are hard
Victories
won.
are sweet, but the defeats can also be brutal. And while you can try to face the challenges of Terminus by yourself, the heart and soul of Pantheon is when players join together and depend on one another to accomplish a common goal. This is the very best of the MMORPG genre in action. Now, it's been a long journey for Pantheon, and while we've faced our share of challenges, we are more committed than ever to delivering an amazing experience both inside and outside of the game. Supporting Pantheon is supporting a small independent studio that refuses to compromise its core tenets. This is a passionate team of gamers creating an MMORPG for other gamers. We'd like to share with you our early access plan.
Let's hear those plans. All right, let's talk about it.
Right in.
All right. Early access. All right.
For us, early access is all about letting more people play Pantheon. We want to grow this already amazing community. This means revamping our monetization model, how we distribute the game, and making that overall experience much more streamlined. To make this happen, all current pledge packages will be retired before early access begins. This means if you want extra perks and cosmetics, if you want access to our current testing seasons leading up to EA, you've got a limited time to get them. In a few weeks, we'll unveil early access pricing. The base game, without any perks, will be more accessible than ever, available for a one-time box price for non-pledgers.
Okay.
At this point, we're not planning on charging a monthly subscription, but we'll revisit that topic as we approach full release. Before all that happens, check out the roadmap leading up to EA. It will showcase all the exciting content that you can expect and when. We want to emphasize that this is not a soft launch. Pantheon will still be in development during early access.
You heard that, folks?
This is about growing our audience, having more players testing and excited about the game that Pantheon is becoming. During early access, we're going to keep adding, we're going to keep polishing, we'll be listening to our players' feedback while we push Pantheon forward.
Couple of things I want to address there. The monetization. So we're going to be looking at some sort of box price. Now, what's a fair box price for a game that is in early access? Now, I assume, I mean, it's going to be a situation where if you buy this box price, you've bought the game, right? So even when the game launches, you've already bought the game. Now, you're not going to get all the perks that you get if you did it back in the day and you got one of the packages, right? Like, those are going to have additional benefits for supporting them up to this point, etc. Makes sense to me. But what is going to be the box price? It's going to be a big deal, right? $39.99? $40? You're still buying a game that isn't... You're still supporting a game before it releases, right? So I mean, we'll see what they do, but I don't feel like they could do like a $59.99. Definitely not a $69.99, right? They may, I don't know, but that doesn't feel right. I think $39.99, that feels right. Let me know in the comments down below what you think would be a good price for people to jump in that do not own a pledge package already and that just want to jump in and start playing the game on early access in December.
$39.99 is fair.
Sounds fair.
I think $39.99 is good.
I don't know. I'm assuming that when the game actually...
Yeah, your instincts are good. Yeah, I think...
game price $49.99, maybe even $59.99, but probably not. So giving them a little bit of a discount, it's still put some money in the bank to continue development, etc. That feels fair to me, but what do you guys think? Another thing is if we go here and we look at the production tracker here, I want to take a look at this. So in progress, stage 3, the ogre, also stage 3, the dwarf, also stage 3, new Archamental models, and then Archamental pet armor. So that's pretty cool. Getting ogres and dwarves in the game will make a really big difference, get new races in. Those things are in progress, so those things are coming like real soon, apparently. That's going to be exciting, getting some new races in. This is starting to boost my confidence, because the things... My last video, I kind of went off a little bit because I just didn't feel like they could pull it off, right? It's still hard to believe based on the entirety of the progression of the development cycle of this game. However, if they're really moving it in what we're seeing right here, if this is how it's going to go down, it's starting to feel a little bit more possible, because then September 28th, the Necro, it says here, and then Stage 4, code support, and then Stage 3, VFX, which it does need some more. The virtual effects are pretty good in the game right now, the ones that they got, in my opinion, for what they're going for to be an indie team. I feel like they're pretty freaking good, and definitely they look good.
I think
the videos don't really do it justice. People who's actually played the game know that it
looks
so much better
I
when
think
it's
I'm
on your monitor,
good.
right? Like, videos never do a
For
video
now,
game
yeah,
full
I am
service
good for now.
on
Got
how
everything I needed to do.
good it looks. Videos just don't capture all the little intricate details, but the VFX do look good. More audio. The audio is top notch. It's actually the best audio I've ever even heard in a video game.
No way.
Not even joking. Like, it
Pantheon?
with
Yeah,
freaking
right.
Square Enix, Final Fantasy, etc. The audio is incredible, man. There's some soundtracks in this game.
Oh, the
that
music?
I would literally
the music.
buy and listen to in my car.
Yeah, sure.
But beyond that, like the sound effects themselves, the rain pattering on leaves and stuff, man, is crazy. The amount of detail that the team they hired to do the sound effects, they are top freaking notch. They've worked on big AAA titles in the past, so I guess I shouldn't be shocked. I'm just shocked that they're that good. Anyway, we're getting some more audio. That's good. Stage 2 of not on September 28th, but during that
I'm going to
season, right? We're going to get abilities,
Tree,
and then Stage 3, we're going to get Silent Plains biome.
Splinter Tree's too
Now,
far.
I don't know if we're getting that. Are we getting that, or is that what they're doing under the hood? Are we going to get to see that?
I guess I've got to go Crossroads.
I don't think we're going to get to see that. That's just what they're going to finish, I think. Surely we're not going to get that. That would be wild. But anyway, I see that they've kind of... We can't see Stage 4. He kind of... I think purposefully they kind of did a little trick there where they cut it off right there so we can get to see what Stage 4 is. So that might be something really exciting too. And then early access in December, which is all that stuff, right? Content. This is where it's at.
So what about content? What does early access include? On day 1 of early access, you'll have enough content to take you up to level 40.
Skill has increased.
You'll be able to choose from 12 out of our 14 planned classes,
That's good.
6 out of the 9 planned
Most of the races, you see all that
including
dark
basic character customization. You'll have 6 massive zones to explore. These filled with dungeons, rare spawns and rare loot, hidden treasure, new starting locations based on your character's race, a variety of NPCs and quests to discover, and more. Additionally, we have crafting professions working all the way to the current max level. We will have extreme climates and the ability to acclimate your character to those climates. We've improved the tactical combat experience and added several new, unique NPC behaviors and traits. We've also made improvements to the new player experience with better tutorial features, revamped quests to help you get your feet on the ground, guild support, and several other quality of life features.
All right, cool. That's quite a bit of content, to be honest. 6 big zones, almost all the races. We're missing 3 of the races, and then the class, almost all the classes, right? 12 out of 14, pretty good. And then starting max level.
Your skill has increased.
Crafting professions, climate acclimation, and the 6 freaking zones, right? Where we're dealing with like 3 technically right now. Pretty good. Pretty good to me. Pretty good to a Pantheon.
Your skill has increased.
I don't know how people are going to feel who just are like, oh, new MMO and early access, let me try it out, right? Like those people who haven't followed the development, maybe they've watched an Asmongold video and that's
6 zones doesn't seem that much, but maybe they're really big
the gameplay is good though, right?
Your skill has increased.
It feels good to play. The progression feels great. I don't know, man. It's possible that a big chunk of people are really going to like it if this stuff is in the game, and I'm starting to believe that they're going to pull it off. I kind of couldn't believe it before, based on how things have went in the past and how long it's taken to get to this point. But man, I don't know, maybe things really are actually just falling together. The puzzle pieces are just coming together to where we are going to see some massive progression going forward like we kind of have with the seasons. I mean, I want to believe it. I want to believe it. Seeing is believing still. All right, let's move on to the next part. Post-early access.
After Pantheon Early Access begins,
Your
our
skill
immediate
has
focus
increased.
will be on addressing any critical bugs and smoothing out the experience for our players. Once the dust is settled, you can expect a steady stream of updates similar to our current season's format.
Your skill has increased.
Okay, so they're going to continue this season format, which is good.
World, new gameplay systems, a new class, a new race, or a bit of everything. We'll
I
also
should
have a
not have
quarterly
pulled the
roadmap
vulture.
starting in 2025.
Your skill has
And that
increased.
roadmap will break down
Kind of
what's to
risky,
come in the future.
frankly.
This is the perfect time to remind you that any and all playable content will
Why am I
not be
way
put
over here?
behind
I
a
should not be
paywall
over here.
during early access. You buy the game, and all the playable content during early access, including the full game at the launch of Pantheon Rise of the Fallen, will be available to you. After Pantheon's full 1.0 release, we'll carefully consider the best way to continue delivering new content and features to our players.
Okay, stop it there. So before I'm assuming now he's going into his final little spiel here. If they can continue the season-based content, which has been pretty good, every 6 weeks we get a chunk of new content. With a game with this, with, you know, how long it takes, because it's not super fast, it's not super slow, it's not like Embers Adrift slow, but, it's more in the vein of an old school MMO in progression, how long it takes, etc. Plus you have things that kind of set you back a little bit, right? Like dying and taking a little bit of that XP penalty. You're going to kind of pay it back. Stuff like that just causes you to, 6 weeks is good. If they can continue the season format, like he was mentioning there, we're looking at pretty good progression here. This is feeling good. If they do it, this is going to feel really good. Jump has a lot of confidence on this, by the way. It kind of builds your confidence, how much confidence he has, right? Let's hear what he has to say here at the end, though.
Our journey to this point has been long and challenging, but we are incredibly proud of the progress that Pantheon has made over the past couple of years.
That's true.
Pantheon has thrived because of its amazing, passionate community, and we look forward to growing that community significantly during early access. We are truly grateful for your patience, your support, and all of the invaluable feedback that you've given us over the years. Our commitment to making Pantheon remains unwavering. As always, onward and upward, everyone. We cannot wait to see you, Terminus.
Cool. I hope they pulled off, man. I really do. I'm really gunning for them, man, because Pantheon Rise of Fallen is super fun right now. I think they've got the right tenets to pull this off to actually be something very special for people who love old school MMORPG game philosophy and design. This is the most anticipated MMO for me personally. Not to say I'm not interested in other MMOs. If a new MMO comes out, I'm interested, right? But Pantheon is where I really would like to build a home and play in absurd amounts of time. It's a place I want to look forward to while I'm at work, to get to log in and see who's online and what kind of adventures we can get into, meet so many of you in the community. Pantheon really has been a dream of mine for many years, as you know, if you followed this channel. I think their pay structure is going to be fair. You pay for the game, you get the game, period, right? Like he said that's kind of been the vision this whole time. He kind of was weird about the subscription, though, right? That kind of threw me off. He was a little bit like, "Oh, we'll discuss the subscription at launch." I mean, you're gonna have to do a subscription at launch, right? Like, please, you have to. There's no other way to do this, right? Like, I really don't want to get into cash shop territory, is all I'm saying. I think subscription speaks to the audience that the majority is their core, target audience. I think it speaks to us, right? A subscription fee. We support the game monthly. You make the content, right? Like that just feels good to me. I don't know. But maybe Maybe the only reason he said that is because it's just not 100% on the books yet, but that's what they're planning on doing, right? Like, surely that's what they're planning on doing. Hey, this was a good little quick showcase of what early access is. I like it. I think they did a good job.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yep.
Once again, take us through the journey of Throne of Liberty's daunting and almost disastrous development cycle, and give you a glimpse.
Thank you, Vimbaka. I'd like to sub to your channel.
And has improved since the last time you might have seen it. I'm sure many have written this game off.
I've never seen your stuff before, but I liked it already.
Pay to win this game is perceived as, NCSoft being its developer, Amazon publishing the game, and of course delaying the game from launching in mid-September to now October 1st for New World Beta. So many reasons as to why you might have stopped following this game.
Yeah.
But I am here to just tell you that all the negativity surrounding this game, while it's somewhat warranted, is definitely a bit exaggerated and taking away from the extreme positives this development team has accomplished.
Okay.
This video will go through Throne of Liberty's entire life cycle just to show you the progress made and how different this game is today from when it first started off as a concept. So of course, please watch the entire video before making a decision, since this game has done a complete turnaround, similar to how Final Fantasy XIV or even Elder Scrolls Online had done in the past, which are now two very successful MMOs to this day, whether or not you like its current state of PvP, PvE, its patch, or expansion.
This is good dagger. Got cheap.
First, let's go back all the way to when this game was called Lineage Eternal and was supposed to be a Diablo dethroner, as the new and shiny top-down ARPG to play and experience, being heavily tied to Lineage Seasons of War.
That's what it was originally supposed to be.
2011, which is
2011. That's what this game was originally supposed to be. But I didn't know it was supposed to be Lineage. Lineage has a good. I mean, yeah, NCSoft was Lineage. Lineage was the good stuff NCSoft did.
Waypoint reached.
Oh yeah, did I get here? Cool. Yeah, let's take all this and dump it in there, and then let's strip fit this. Yep, this. Strip fit and package, leave ship. And then we'll come here to this ship and we will, yep, and we will strip fitting. And then we will repackage. Yep, that's fine. And then we're going to sell the whole lot of this, including the ship, for, I don't know, like whatever I can get for like sale over 3 months. Yeah. And we'll see what we can get immediate. We'll see what we can get month for 3 months. I'm hungry and tired. I'm going to go to bed here very soon, but we're going to try and get this done before I go. Yeah, actually, I'm leaving town, and I really shouldn't do that, actually. And I got far, too. It's annoying. But yeah, I'll just sprint back. I'm going to go log here, and I'll come back to this tomorrow. Finally, tomorrow, it has been like 4 days of interruptions, but finally tomorrow, I believe I get an uninterrupted fucking day, which is nice. And, yeah, because it's been, like, kind of busy, like, physically in the real world lately. Last, like, few days. And that's not really usually, like, how I do my life these days, you know? Definitely an online person, but, eh. Feral Blade. I didn't know they sold this here. Wait, Feral Blades are only 25 silver? I didn't know that. Can I get 50 for it? I can get a gold for it. Maybe I should buy these. Maybe I should buy this Feral Blade. Yeah, we'll buy the Feral Blade. Sure, yeah. Send it off to the alt. Sell it. Maybe I should buy the other one too. I'm sure she's made sales. Yeah, the limited is the enamel broadsword. They say I can get a lot for this, so I'm gonna take the gamble. It's kind of expensive, but selling swords, you know, that's fine. Main hands should sell, yeah, they should actually sell. I wonder if Blizzard does something to stimulate the economy now, like AI-wise. I've always wondered that. They don't have to ever disclose that either. You know, they can easily just stimulate the economy. I don't know if they promise not to do that or not, but... Or maybe there's laws, I don't know. There might be laws about it, but... I've always kind of felt like they... Like, how do these dead servers... yeah, how do these dead servers, like... get their auctions... You know, because when I look at swords, there's always like 10 or 15 swords, and I'm like, could there be that many people selling swords right now? 15 people selling swords right now, and it's like, no. Sometimes it's one person selling like 5 things, but overall, it was like kind of interesting. It's like, how do they keep this economy running? I swear to God, I wonder sometimes if auctions are actually stimulated by the developers directly. They like go through and put like 5 stacks of everything in, this kind of thing. Now, no. So now one of these items actually, and I have to be very careful where it like changes the amounts on me. But one of these items is a expensive item. Yeah, this Corelli. Now you want to offer me 31 million for this, but I actually need to see the market details on it. Yeah, that's fine actually. Yeah, that's good. So yeah, the one I was worried about, you're paying enough for. This is 100 mil. And I haven't even sold the ship yet, so here goes this. Yeah, well, yeah, you can have it. It's fine. Too many open orders. Okay, what about immediate then? Oh, look, it's even better. Fine. Sell. Yep. There is no such item. Oh, yeah, did you get through all of it? Sell. 'I don't know what you're doing, so I'm going to try and sell again. Don't know what this was. You fucking lied to me. I don't understand it, really. Fucking try again. And make the sale. $543, not bad. Getting up a little bit, definitely. Definitely getting back up again. I'm like getting back up. It's like easier to make the money now. Sweet. These didn't sell, huh? Why? What's your problem with that? Yeah, fucking sell those. What's going on here? Sell them all. Yep, sell them all. Go, go. You acting kind of fucky. This thing, I guess I'll just stuff in the Diplo shuttle. Yeah. And I'll take it back. What other ships do I have here? Oh, yeah, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't sell the Ferox itself, too. So there's another 50 mil in my pocket. 36, something like that. Yeah, there we go. I lost... Did I lose... Oh, no, I gave the Navy Ferox back to the Corp to let them know that I was on good terms with them and stuff. Yeah. So... I guess, can you sort ship by ship? Can you like show where ships are? Anything? Yeah. Like, I'm mainly interested in what ships I have lying all over the goddamn universe, you know? No, I don't want to see skin. Oh, no, not skins, but those are all in Jita. Daira. Oh, in Daira, I have a Praxis. Awesome. I mean, I guess. So, yeah, set destination. We'll go back and pick up that Praxis. Jesus Christ. There's a Merlin. Ooh, yeah, nice Tristan sitting there. Tyrant, Shuttle, Merlin. Coercer, and a Republic Fleet Firetail sitting in Pasha for some reason, which seems sort of weird. That's only 4 jumps away, though. I wonder what kind of money I could get for those, and I don't know why they're there. It's weird. Like, why are these here? I don't even remember fucking buying these. They don't have anything, do they? No, yeah, there's no view contents or anything, no. Neither one of these have anything. They're hulls. Why do I have 2 hulls in Pasha? That seems weird. Well, okay. That's in Jita. So, yeah, I guess we do go sell this Praxis. That's insane. I had a lot more money than I thought. Yeah, definitely. Maybe I will buy boosters and just keep flipping them on the HyperNet market, because I am making some money. Yeah, take me to the Praxis, yeah. And we're in the right ship, yeah. Okay. I guess I could eat on stream to stay on stream, but no, I have to be up in 7 hours for a fucking eye doctor appointment. I'm going to bail here, unfortunately. I've got to have the fucking courage to actually stop the shift, you know? I wouldn't normally stop a shift voluntarily, but I have a doctor's appointment. It's fucking annoying.
Drive active.
So, guys, I love you. I'm sorry that I'm bailing, but yeah, I'm going to move on here. You have been watching Skycat Live. I'm a full-time variety gamer. I'm an all day, every day. Put me on in the background. Come to Twitch or YouTube and give me a like, sub, or a follow. Thank you so much for your time, and I love you guys. Come click on the cast face to donate. It's a PayPal link, or come to the Twitch and give me a like, sub, or a follow. Sorry I don't talk to the chat, and thanks to all the people who gave me like, subs, or follows today. I hope you like some DDO. It was quite fun. It's good to play with Baegon. Thank you to Baegon for all the help and everything. And I am going to bed now. Tomorrow I'll be up. I don't know if we're playing DDO or not, but yeah, tomorrow I'll be on and do some more. And
warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
I don't have anything else to say except for this video was 12 and a half hours. This video was 12 and a half hours, and it will be, I'm sorry, it was 11, 12.
Approaching
just, you know, making sure. But yeah, 11, 12. This was 11 hours and 11 minutes recording, and it will be placed on my YouTube channel, which has thousands of videos. So come to my YouTube channel and check shit out. Come give me a like, sub, or a follow. And thank you for the views. And I love you guys. Thank you so much for your time. And I will be back. I will be back here to do some more tomorrow after my eye doctor's appointment tomorrow. But I do have to shop, and I do have to go to the dispensary and get alcohol. So that'll be, you know, sometime. So I don't know what time I'll be on tomorrow, but probably like 2 p.m. PST or some such. And yeah, and that's it. And thank you so much for your time, guys. You have a wonderful day. Come check out my YouTube, and thank you so much for your time. I love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye. Oki's weird stories. Oh, did I actually didn't stop the stream? Actually, there we go. And then stop streaming.
Jumping.
Yes, to stop streaming. No, and then stop recording. Yes. Bye, guys. Love you.